all right. Okay, everything is activated. Okay, hello and welcome everyone back to Heroes of Terofane,
Yeah.
our campaign that we haven't had for 3 weeks. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's been a
know,
while. It's been a while.
it's been a little bit, but back at it again. We had a little bit of a cliffhanger last time, but before we go into that, would anybody like to recap? And if you do it in your character's voice or simply as your character as they remember events, then you get a inspiration.
Anybody particularly want to do it other than me?
You want to do it? Go.
I'll go ahead. All right. So as far as I remember, last time, or we started on the WS Foundling, making our way around Haven. Was that 2 sessions ago? Did we do? Did we do the where we went to Milltown? Was that last session?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it
Oh,
was.
really?
No.
We went to we went to Milltown and then we took off.
Yeah, so we went to Milltown and we investigated there a little bit. We ran into the Tommies. They changed their names up a little bit to avoid confrontation. And then we set off again towards Brockmire, wherein towards the end of the trip, I spotted in the distant sky a massive dragon. It was very rude and accosted us during our travels. And unfortunately, it seemed a little beyond our capabilities at the time. We were forced to make a hyperspeed jump with the static vent.
No.
Favor doesn't. The others did. The others did some wacky shit with the static vent and sent us who knows where. I'm not, and that's where we are now. That's what I remember at the very least.
Indeed. You all remember as these lines began to appear on every object in sight and began to consume your entire vision as this sort of static white began to creep all around you. And there are a few moments directly after you see these lines appear and suddenly you are thrust into a white space. You feel this chill that seems to just be all around you. No matter what you're wearing, it seems to penetrate through and get in every nook and cranny and against your skin or your scales or your fur or your feathers or your ink, I suppose. And you can breathe, but there's something strange about the air. Not only is it chilled, it seems too full. You feel this almost sickening sense as you breathe the air, for those of you that breathe. And I would like everybody to make Constitution saving throws as you feel this chill, this strange sense of what is it? What the fuck happened?
Let's
All
go.
2 minutes in, already problems.
Yep.
R.I.P. Bozo.
Is this a Constitution save or check?
It's a Constitution save.
Okay.
I cannot click on my character. How are you guys doing that?
What do you mean? Click on, you just right click on the. Oh.
We're just built different.
Are you on? The
Yeah, your
Oh.
character's not clickable.
I'm probably on the wrong map.
Are you on
select
WS
map? Go
Foundling?
to select.
Don't move your characters. This is why this is happening.
Okay.
Guys,
Okay,
I didn't
I see
roll
my
a
boy
1.
now.
I'm pretty proud of myself.
Good
Oh,
job.
nice job.
Let's
Very high,
go.
actually.
You're stealing a little bit of Isaac's luck.
No, that won't happen until I get a 20.
What's
so it
9
won't
plus
happen.
10?
That's true.
Sava, unfortunately, you have disadvantage as you are unconscious at this very moment. Although you still experience the same event, it's just how do I say it is a it is through little lapses of consciousness as you remember being held by one of your other your subservient myconids before this blank space consumed you, and you still feel this chill and all those other senses. But again, some of you don't exactly breathe normally, but you still have this sense that the air is different. It seems that three of you guys did not pass, unfortunately. Farah, Hundolfir, and Sov.
Shit.
Each of you, as you are upon the in this blank space, feel this chill seem to literally cut through you. It's not just going down to your bones. It seems to also be almost threatening to rupture your body. And you see as these white lines begin to appear on your clothes and on your body, and as they widen and become bigger, you see that there's actually spaces of your entire body that seem to be lost. You don't lose balance though, you don't lose control, but you have these sort of floating pieces of your body that begin to separate themselves in an unnatural fashion. For you, Farah, fuck, I'm the one that moved at that time. Listen, and for Farah, you see it sort of go widthwise around your left leg, and you see it start to sort of branch out and higher, and you can see the inside of your leg, but it's just this white blankness on the inside as it seems to be making its way. Hundolfir, one of your eyes and the horns on your head begin to have this strange sense, but as you can't exactly see it, but as you could feel it as this chill goes into your eye, and strangely enough you could still see out of it, but you just feel this strange numbing pain. And lastly, Sov, around one of your stump-like arms, your little mushroom nubbins, you notice that around your shoulder, in quotes, mushroom anatomy, you see these lines start to separate your hand from your arm, but in a way that just your arm is disappearing and your hand is left floating. And this is actually okay now, because as this all happens and you all begin to almost hyperventilate with the rush of oxygen going into your mouth and your nose and stinging and this chill, you finally seem to close your eyes and open them, and these lines seem to come back, but are little bits of reality that have come back into focus. And with just another blink, you find yourself back into the world. You don't know what kind of place you were in or what exactly happened to you in that space, but you know it wasn't natural and you weren't supposed to be there, and your very body wanted to split into every single tiny molecule it makes up its form when you went in there. Even for those of you that didn't fail your Constitution saving throw. But I do have to do something really quick. Please hold as I update some tokens. Oh no.
Oh my goodness, y'all got some.
I have to reconnect with my other one. I'm not using my secret DM password that makes it so I can see all my secrets with my alternate eyes.
Whoa.
I want to see your new art. Oh my goodness.
I have updated some people's arts as well already. If you look at Farah has at least what I imagine the spear looking like a little bit.
Ooh,
We could talk about it more. If
No, I like
like
that.
Logging off.
I like that a lot.
Okay. But you get replaced by this Farah. Sov,
Blinked out of existence.
Gone forever.
You can
No,
replace my
no,
death.
I'm gone.
Also, Sav,
Fuck.
you have new buttons. You have coat mode, hat mode, and no scarf. And I also did art for those. So you can fiddle around with that as you please, so that we remember this time for your scarf, because that was very important. And then last but not least, Hundlefear.
I want to see hat mode.
We don't see the new ones yet.
Guys, where did our friends go? I'm a little confused.
Boop and boop. Visible. All right, so you all kind of pop back into existence.
Yo.
There's this ringing in your ears as you get out of that space, but the ringing is accompanied by this great roar. As and the flapping of wings as something seems to separate itself from the back of the ship. Actually, Farah, you are more so like over here. Hundofir, for some reason, you're down here. And Sav, you actually went up over here. Some of you appear in different spaces than you remember. But those of you that did succeed do not appear in alternative spaces.
Oh no.
So
Professor Von Schwa failed then.
Yeah,
Oh.
I rolled for things, but so as this happens, you hear this roar and the great flapping of wings, as and almost like a rambling in Draconic as, "What did you do to me? Of my body? No, my great form." And you almost hear it start to fade out as some of you kind of look around, disheveled from this thrust into another space. And I think, Farah, you are the one that's most apt to see this. But you see that the white dragon that is now like falling behind, and it's strange because at one moment when you first see it, you think it's falling apart in pieces. But then the next time you look at it, you notice that the pieces are still staying their relative distance that they were if it had a normal form. But they're just all in different segments that are all displaced with this white scars that make up the inside of these cuts in it. And you see it tumble away as it seems to wrestle with its own body in this new form. And as your ship is still sailing, you actually manage to see it sort of fade behind and get lost within a cloud that it hits. And that's when you notice as well that the clouds around you seem to have condensed almost around your ship, venting out all of this static. Not only had an effect on you, but also it seems the world around you, as these clouds seem to stick to the boat. And you notice one of these cuts is on the mast, making it float there unnaturally, but still staying fairly sturdy.
Can I, if I look
Are we-
down at my leg, does it have one of those cuts, or does it feel weird or anything?
If you look at your character art, it seems that it's not exactly in the same space that you saw it before, but there is a large cut where your hip used to be, and now your leg is sort of floating away from the rest of your torso a little bit, but still a relative distance. And it doesn't, you feel this kind of strange chill, this numbing chill where that is, especially since you don't really feel where the body that would be there. But as you move your leg and maybe even trip over trying to like kind of look down at it, you notice that it moves with your body as if that portion was still there.
Can I like if I try to touch it, is there like literally empty space there?
Yeah, as you try to touch where this fragment of your leg was, you pass your hand through it.
Well, I hate that.
You still get this strange numbing chill that actually starts to kind of, as you move it through that space, you feel it on your hand. But it doesn't seem to affect your hand as it passes through it. But you could tell it does. It feels very strange.
Wait, so I go from being above deck to blinking into existence next to Trace?
Yeah, you went basically straight down from where you were.
Kinda
Are we out of initiative?
I assume so.
The dragon is kind of fading backwards and yelling, still seeming very disoriented, as you all seem to sort of look to one another. Yes, you are out of initiative, but there are still some people that are struggling at this current moment.
Yeah, I'll go heal little Sob man. Rush
just
him
kinda-
down.
when I pop back in, I like pat. What the fuck? Pat myself down.
As
I still
you
feel startled by this.
the rest of your body is fine, but since it affects a part of your body you can't look at, you don't immediately notice, but then you remember
No,
that feeling of your eye.
I mean,
So-
he just think that is like the dragon frost breath.
Yeah.
What the Trace, I wasn't here a second ago, right?
No. They're gonna like look closely at you. So is there like nothing where his eye is supposed to be, or is it like
It
a white
seems
eye?
like this white space that's not glowing but is a constant color unaffected by shadow. And you see that more than just the eye, the kind of horn eyebrow made out of this sapphire that Hundofir has is also in different segments, as you can see on the art. And each of the segments seem to be sort of floating. And the eye is completely this Venket white.
Feyre, upon realizing that the dragon is gone, is gonna storm up here, go right up to Reyna. Reyna, where's my ass?
What? Sorry. This...
Look,
Oh
what
my God!
What
Well,
happened? What happened?
This is believe it or not, this is entirely an uncommon thing. At least in the core world, this is a void scar.
Or can I change it back?
Sometimes they go away. It just it's well, most times they don't, but it's some people I've read or heard, especially when getting this thing, some people do recover.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah,
I need this.
that's crazy.
It's an unfortunate condition.
What did you do?
Well, we used the static vent. I figured, I think we've moved a little bit. And then, as Reyna is speaking, you feel this sudden drop in your stomach. And you feel kind of light a little bit. And Reyna kind of looks around as everything seems to get very shaky all of a sudden. And Reyna says, oh no. Okay, we need everybody on the sails. We need to keep them out. We need to try to steer this thing back into the wake winds. I think we must be over Brockmire. And Reyna will rush past and try to get to the wheel.
Too bad rushes by and he says to Feyre, "I'm sorry about your ass."
So am I. It was one of my best features.
As I'm healing Sav, I'll try and whistle for Dante. Get him back here.
Make an animal handling check.
I'm gonna be really
or a
sad.
charisma check. Whichever you want to do.
Just that 20 it. Oh.
You whistle out, and for a moment, as you look out, all you can hear and see is just these clouds sticking to the boat and these strange scars that seem to be upon the boat as well, and the dragon in the distance. Well, you don't see that, I guess, actually. I keep forgetting you're blind. You have this sense of of this like this energy of absolute nothing, this like space sticking to the ship, and also upon some of your allies. And as you whistle out, you don't hear anything other than that roaring, and you feel just these clouds and this space. But the clouds are almost blocking things, and as you sort of reach out your senses, you feel a connection somewhere out there. Something frightened, but something that definitely heard you.
Feyre's gonna pat. I'm gonna walk up and pat Blindbeak on the shoulder. Sorry about your wyvern. I'm sure you'll find him again.
We don't have time. Let's.
Well,
take
yeah,
a shift.
well, yes,
Does-
not now, but like, I mean, I'm just trying to be reassuring. We clearly don't have time.
I'm sorry about your ass too.
Thank you.
Sav, if you are helping out, please make a strength check as you see these wings that are usually sort of are being carried by these winds that go upwards all the time are now completely devoid of these winds, and instead are being hurled about by more of these like directionless winds that come from one side or the other, battering the ship about. And you feel this light sense as though you are in a small free fall.
Sinbad, help me over here.
Sure thing.
I'm gonna let
I'll
Sinbad roll,
hoist
but I'll
this,
assist.
Well, what exactly am I doing over here?
We're supposed to flail out the wings, right?
I was muted that whole time. I'm so mad.
Yeah.
Wait, was that a saving throw?
No, it's just a strength. Athletics or strength check.
Yeah. Can I wild shape into my graded
Like,
form and
gorilla
then
form?
yeah.
Yes, you may.
My question, number one, thank you, Blindbeak. Sav definitely thanks you before going and doing this. My question is, when I change into my larger form, does this, you said the relative position stays the same. So if my
Yeah.
hand changes into the
Yeah, it's like the great. You still assume the shape of the great ape. You just it's like your hand is separated from this larger arm that you have, or that isn't there.
Got it. Excellent. That's good to know. And then it was athletics, which is a +9. So I'm gonna go like bump. So 16.
You are able to keep the wings of this ship still out as they threaten to sort of furl back and kind of almost lash around across the ship. Without these wings, you would definitely be in a free fall, but right now they're just struggling to stay open furled without a manageable updraft that the wake winds usually give the wake ship. But that is only one side, as this other side starts to flap. Sinbad and Blindbeak, you were going over to that one, I believe?
Yeah.
Yup.
All right. One of you guys can make it with an athletics check with advantage.
Athletics check, got it. And you want me to do it, Isaac?
Yeah, I'll give you my luck.
All right, thank you. And let's try that again. Fuck.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
you
no.
don't do a
Unfortunate.
very. Unfortunately, even with your strength, you aren't exactly able to keep this wing. You aren't able to crank this mechanism enough to keep them out, and you feel something sort of snap in the mechanism, and you see as this wing starts to flap against the hull and go kind of all about and not stay flat with the direction, and I would like everybody to make a strength saving throw, please.
Can I
On the
troubleshoot it?
Oh no!
Oh, can I try and
I'd say
catch
you get some
Feyre?
help right now.
You might be flying yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
This is +6.
Everybody below the decks
11.
as well.
So, okay, I'll just wait until.
Yeah, Reina.
Okay, Reina. Did the best out of all of us.
Sav, what would you? Is it just plus like 4?
6 plus
Plus
6.
We all failed.
Oh my
I think.
god.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
Humble
not.
forgot that one.
No, unfortunately, the saving throw isn't too high. But unfortunately,
Hundalfir and
I
like
believe
you guys are
that
below decks.
Hundalfir and Treyas, you just barely make it. But Feyre, Sav, what? So you got a 11?
Yeah, I
And
definitely
Sav as
failed.
well, yeah. So I would like both of you to roll a d4, please.
Oh boy.
Also, for those of you that don't know, I had them all roll a d6, and the d6 is what body part was affected by the the
Best one,
the
double
void.
Wait, so if I rolled something else, I wouldn't have lost my ass?
Yeah,
You
gotta-
if you
you
got
gotta-
a different one, you could have gotten your eye like Hundalfir did. You could have gotten Stav's, which is an arm.
Are there attributes affected in any way?
You are you are not, you do not know, and neither
Can
has
I
it.
make
it
an
quite
Arcana
affected you
check
yet.
on Hundalfir?
You may indeed.
Yeah, I mean, during all this, Hundalfir, it's like, was I gone for long? I've been known to.
You just
Blackout.
teleported here. I do not know.
Oh my god.
I think you need to find a mirror.
Sav, roll
You
a
seem
d4.
to be missing something.
Uh,
Why are you so vague? Can we? What?
Your eye is gone.
oh, there we go. 3.
My fucking what?
Yeah. Find a mirror.
Roll a
this-
d4.
Tell me that's south.
That for Hundalfir it doesn't matter as much, to be fair. But Hundalfir, you take not too much damage. It's not anything too crazy, but you do take. This is so fucking unfortunate. Hundalfir. Also, so Feyre does too, actually. You guys both have exactly 6 HP, and I rolled a 6 on a d6.
what?
Are you kidding me?
Haha, that's why we transformed
Wait.
into an ape. Haha.
Oh, was I not calculating my health correctly on my own? Okay. I
No,
guess I did.
no. I think I don't. Well, I don't know. It says it on the map that both of you guys have exactly 6.
Oh, okay. I had 16 in D&D Beyond for some reason, but 6 is probably more accurate.
Unfortunately,
Did they
Feyre,
both go down?
you did 2, so you went into the fucking like this lever over here, and as you do, your head impacts with the lever, and you get dealt 6 bludgeoning damage, which is just enough to knock you out.
Aww.
That is so sad.
And then same story with Hundalfir, but instead you actually bump into the exact same space, the exact same wall on the boat, which
We all
makes
just
it.
slam our heads on
Yeah.
the same wall from opposite sides.
And-
That one was cursed.
Hundalfir, as you feel this jolt as well as your head bonks against the wall, and you also
We get-
go unconscious because
We get TPK'd by the wake winds.
And it's but Sav, I'm gonna have to have you make either
Can I
you
do?
can make a
Can I hold
strength
on?
or strength or dexterity saving throw, but either way it is for grabbing on when you get out here, because it fucking like bumps you up and then to the side as
Plus
it
six, plus
starts
six, plus
to tilt.
If that happens, can I come and
WWW.
help?
Oh my god, again.
I'd like to
Oh,
come-
oh.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be
'cause
an
I feel like-
11.
I feel like my
11?
initial reaction would be sprinting over there and helping.
Okay, Blindbeak, I will allow Blindbeak or Sinbad
Can I-
to use their reaction to run over and give you advantage. So
I'll stay on the sail. I'll try to
16.
fix that.
16 is enough. Blindbeak, even though it's a giant mushroom ape, it's just giant Sov with these huge buff arms. Thankfully, you're able to grab one of Sov's arms before they completely fall off the ship, and the other arm of this great ape, thanks to you grabbing them at the last minute, is able to grab onto the side of the boat, and you are able to save them.
Thank you.
Listen, we have a lot of problems right now. Let's you can thank me later. I'll knock this person. I'll get you awake.
Grace is gonna go through this door.
Can you heal him?
Me?
Can Sinoi help Ropin?
I'll allow it. It still fails. Unfortunately. I won't even let you make it for Cyanoid.
He just goes.
Olive's fucking
Oh,
crazy.
fucking
Oh,
Olive.
holy shit!
Olive's fine.
All of these are spinning.
Olive's
Oh,
used
damn.
to
He's a
this.
badass
spend
down
too
there.
much time on this.
Damn.
Holy
Used to
fuck.
turbulent waves. Alright.
Oh,
Trey,
this
as you,
is nothing.
you make your way onto a very hectic deck, as seems things you feel it in the entire
You
thing.
just left me?
Although
I can't help. I'm getting
no
help.
healing.
I'm getting help for you.
Reyna is trying to turn it to the right, away from the landmass, but instead, since this isn't providing any lift, it's like
Yes.
it's starting to tip, and it's not good.
I don't know about any of that. Trey's just like, I need help in this room, please.
Wait,
Professor.
did Blind Beak heal me?
Yeah, I healed you.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
I don't have any. I can't do my magic right now. I could stabilize him, but that's it.
You guys are threatening to be barrel rolled right now, unless something
Sov,
occurs.
Wait,
Can somebody do something?
Can we can I assess the situation? So what do we do to like fix it?
Oh, there's someone who
What's
knows.
broken? It's
You
this
might
thing,
have
right?
to. You
Yeah.
might be able to fix the mechanism. I will say, actually, Blind Beak, since you did preface yourself by researching a lot in the book about this type of ship, you think you might be, if not the actual head of the ship, you would be the one most capable of doing it. You don't remember it off the top of your head, but you think you might remember some things about the mechanism and how it's supposed to work.
Okay, so I'll try and fix the mechanism.
Yeah, mainly you have to try to figure out how to, like, a rope basically broke that makes it so that this part gets brought in towards the front of the boat so it stays furled out. So now it's just like whacking against the side. So
Where's the rope?
It would be connected to this mechanism. So the part that broke it's not like furling out there. It actually broke inside the mechanism for now. But you know, if you drop it, if you do a low roll on this fix check, you might drop the other side of the rope and it might go out here.
Okay, so I have to
Make a sleight of hand check. Well,
it's a sleight of hand.
You have to do some intricate. You know what's broken. You just have to fix it, and it's like this loose rope that's threatening to unwind the entire way. So you have to catch it and tie it.
Since
really
I
quickly.
know like what it is, I know it's sleight of hand. I was gonna ask for advantage, but you know. Oh,
No, the fact that you can fix it this way is kind of what I'm giving you.
Yeah. 16.
16. That is pretty good. As you are fixing that, let me go over here. Professor Von Schwa opens this door, holding his head. Hundolfir, you see through like little throes of consciousness that parts of Verster Von Schwa's ears are separated from his head, and that he also has this like chunk taken out of his lower jaw. But he looks down at you. And quickly, with somebody that, with the kind of proficiency of somebody that has been used to combat and getting people back up, he sort of lays his hand on his sword, which he has put back on his belt, and then puts one hand on you as his sword glows, and he uses Cure Wounds at second level. You heal for 10. Hold on.
Fuck.
10. And Professor Von Strauss says, "Oh, it looks like that you were also affected by the void.
What the
Your-
fuck is that?
Your eye is you won't be able to see it, but your eye is gone, or well, not gone. You can get
What?
it back. It's not too bad. It's fine. Reports of eyes just make it so that you see strange hallucinations sometimes, things that aren't usually there. But you'll be able to tell the difference. Let's get you up. I think they'll need
My
help
eye
on the
is
deck.
gone? Where the fuck did Trace go? Did they
Why
get
are you
blinked?
going still?
I do not know. I'm not where I was either. So but let us go. Let's try to get on deck and see if we can help.
What the fuck knocked me out? Did we even take care of the dragon?
I felt something disturb the boat. I haven't heard the dragon, but it could be true. Maybe the vocal cords of the dragon might be affected by the static. I'm not sure. Best way to
What are
find
you
out is
talking
going
about?
outside.
Do you have a mirror? I need to...
He like looks around. He's like, I don't think this is exactly the time. Perhaps let's try to
Can you-
My eye is gone.
Can you
Let-
guys help us?
According to you.
let's try to survive, and
Yeah.
then
we
maybe
need
we
some
can
help right now. You guys can stop arguing. We need help.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah,
talking to you
to
guys,
be
I'm
fair,
yelling.
you don't. I mean, I
can't
guess you
hear
do.
us.
You hear it a little bit through the door, especially with your keen hearing, but it's
Technically,
pretty
Trace
lost
opened the
in the
doorway.
winds
Yeah,
and the
Trace opened the
rocking of
door,
the
though.
boat. No, that's what I'm saying is that you can hear it a bit through the open door, but it's actually really loud on this deck because people are shouting and fucking the wind is rushing. Oh, I forgot to make one for this guy. Hold on.
So did Blind Bee grab it or not?
Oh, I need some
I didn't
booze.
say I got
Oh
him.
no.
Can I get an amen?
Hold on.
Don't tell me it knocks into me.
No, you can go.
Oh, it's fine. Oh, he's dead.
Oh.
Try
Guys,
to
is it-
try
this
to-
is loud.
you open the door right as you see this blob like try to grab on and then
Can I like call it back as it goes down? Do I lose my ink?
Doesn't it have to come to you?
perhaps it starts to kind of fall.
Wait.
All right. But
got a
Blind
plan.
Beak, with that
Mm.
sleight of hand 16, you do manage to grab the rope before it unfurls all the way out of this like winch system, and you are able to wrench it back, trying to use what little strength you have and tie it with a very deft knot. And now all you need to do is do the athletics or strength check that is required to actually work the winch mechanism so that this thing stays out.
Wow.
And Sav, I'll have you do the same thing again.
Can I get an advantage with Sinbad next to me?
And Sav, and not Blind Beak because you're blind. Sav, you look to the ground and you notice that instead of the cloud sea underneath, you see
We've
kind of
dropped that much.
parting through the clouds. You see that instead of the cloud sea, you have in turning left so much to try to avoid the dragon, you guys ended up going over the ocean, which was kind of below. And although I will preface that this is still like nighttime ish, because that's when you were attacked, but you still see the glinting of the light of the waves below and this kind of dark landmass. So yeah, that's why.
I think Sav
And
has
you
dark vision, so
you
yeah.
are very quickly descending.
descending. Yeah.
And you think that soon you might I don't know, reach somewhere.
I don't think this dice roller likes me.
Do I get advantage
11.
with Sinbad?
On the map
If
tools.
Sinbad helps you.
I would like to help you
Come on.
again. Try another. Fuck.
You
sad.
all feel as a complete drop takes place as you start try to hold the
the fuck?
winches. You both it's like one of those scenes where the ship captain is trying to keep the wheel going one way, but then is whacked away as the wheel goes spinning the opposite direction. It's like that, but with both of these winches, and you feel as you become basically a dart through the air that is going downwards.
Man, I wish Sinbad could have made that roll.
No, double fail doesn't help much.
I double failed earlier too. This sail's giving us problems.
And then I would like everybody to make a strength check again, for our a dex roll as well. I guess I will allow now because you like, instead of being tossed around too much, you guys suddenly feel this drop as you are
A
straight up
save?
falling.
So a dex
Wait,
save.
is it a save?
Dex save or strength save?
My
Can
first
I-
time.
Can I give resistance to Blindbeak since he's right nearby?
Okay,
You
I'll
can
take
It's a
you can give
cantrip that
advantage.
gives D4, an extra
know.
D4. Ah, okay.
You can
I
try
think
to
I
help Blindbeak, but
passed.
Blindbeak did pass, I will say.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah,
you
the
haven't
DC's
rolled yet.
12.
If I did try to recall my
Fuck
ink as it
off.
fell, has nothing happened?
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't like magically shoot towards you. Usually, it kind of like sloshes against the ground, or at least that's kind of what I've imagined. So, it like tries its best, but it's already and it's kind of dropping farther than it would have been able to like kind of.
What no fly speed does to a.
It's true. It's true. Roll a d4 in bed. You're fine.
Okie
Hundo
dokie.
fear.
Yes.
D4,
But
you said? What?
Wait,
As
shit.
I feel like the drop in my gut, I'm like, what the fuck is happening up there? And I want to come out onto the deck, still holding my head.
All right. Well, first things first. Actually,
How's
hold
Olive
on.
do? How's Olive?
Olive got
What?
another natural 20.
Oh my
Jesus.
goodness. She's just used to
Yeah,
this.
easy,
Easy.
easy.
I'm sorry. What kind of save was it?
Got those sea legs. It's a strength or dexterity because now you guys are not getting tossed around. You're like straight up dropping.
Okay.
So the only one is
Ugh.
Sav and Sinbad.
I failed and I rolled a 2.
All right. So yeah, you go towards the door. So before Hundo Fear, unfortunately, before you are able to go through the door, and Treyas, before you're able to go to the door. I'd say you could either dodge to the side to avoid this gorilla coming towards the door, or you could just go back inside.
I'm going back inside.
You see your ink drop off the ship, and you're like, no, but then you see this gorilla come towards you, you're like, oh fuck, and then you drop back in before Sav hits the door, and you see the door splinter inwards
Holy shit.
as Sav and everybody else that failed. Oh, what? No, what?
Max,
How am I
Max.
rolling
You
so
guys
well?
are so lucky that you have 7 hit points.
That's not my hit points though, because I'm wild shaped.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I'll heal you
But,
for that.
It's yeah.
What? How much health do you gain from being a gorilla? I can give you
I
10
don't know how many a gorilla
HP.
has.
Gorilla.
Gorillas
Great.
have 20 hit points as a gorilla expert.
I was about to put 20. You
It's
almost got
19.
me.
It's
It's
19.
eight.
It's a little bit.
You were
lower
so
than that.
close.
Wow.
What can I
that's
say? I'm a
crazy,
gorilla
though.
expert.
Yeah.
Gorilla expert.
Sorry, I usually deal
Oh.
with stronger than average gorillas.
You mean gorilla grip expert? Jeez.
All right, so
I do have a
We're
strong
gonna
grip on my
die.
That's
You-
a traditional myconoid greeting. Sorry.
you impact with the door. Sinbad, please make a dex or strength check as you
Whoa.
fly this way.
Check or save?
Simply grab
wasn't
onto
it-
the giant gorilla in your
It's
way.
a
Yeah,
save.
there's a big gorilla in your way.
Wasn't it
Yeah.
a 4? So
Hey,
Hey,
wouldn't
Sav,
it
if
be
you want to
opposite?
use your reaction, I'd allow you to help Sinbad by
Please,
trying to
yeah.
grab him. So you could
I
do a
would like
strength
that.
save
Thank
or
you.
a... Yeah, that was not going to be good enough.
Yeah.
But try again. We could still fail.
Try another.
Try
Let's
another.
go.
That's better. That's a lot better.
I'd say that's even high enough that you don't even like go overboard, especially since you already went so far. You kind of like are starting to like you get hit by this sail that kind of like goes up and swacks a little bit above the deck. And as you're kind of like 0G right now, you start to get sent in this direction. But the giant Sov fucking hand, after smashing into this door, is still able to grab you by a leg.
Thank you, Gorilla Saw.
The floating hand sticks out.
Yeah, the floating hand. Yeah, exactly. The
Womp.
floating hand.
The master hand. Let's go.
You got your own master hand. You just got to put a glove
So
on
do
it.
I have the rope still, or did the rope snap again, or whatever?
No, you both just lost. It didn't break this time, but you both just lost control of it. So,
Favorite, come help me. Hurry.
actually, to be fair, this little ink guy is kind of falling at the same rate as the boat now, so he's just a little bit below.
So we probably hit him. Oh no, he's just chilling there.
Maybe.
Damn. Ink boy.
I have a question, but this is for later.
We gotta keep doing our checks, man. We gotta succeed.
Moving on.
All right.
Can I
So
let
who's
Feyre do
doing
the
it?
check?
Can we move so we could leave this fucking room?
We got a big
I am
ape
getting
dumpling in front of him.
claustrophobic. Let me out.
This is not the best. I mean, it's good because we don't fall off, but it's not the greatest place to, maybe not the greatest.
There are too many people in here.
I'm gonna move so they can get out.
So
Yeah, we
who's
need you
doing
there.
what?
I'm gonna go to this one. If Sinbad has that one.
Yeah, I'll
no,
take care of this one.
Pharaoh's gonna help me with the top
What
one.
happened to my voice?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
You go bottom one.
I'll go to this one, I suppose.
Sob's the bottom.
Okay,
Oh,
whoever wants to make the
Whoa.
athletics or strength check, make it with advantage.
Farrah, you do it.
Jimmy, would you mind the giant gorilla?
Hundofear, you can get out the door now.
The
if you
giant
want.
gorilla can make the strength check.
You can like 0G, kind of like push off a door, or
Does
like
Maptools
grab
hate
on the
me?
door and start to.
Maptools
Wow.
doesn't hate you.
Tool doesn't.
Come out to the surface. What the hell is happening?
21.
It's
21.
not looking good.
Farrah, come on.
21 is good enough.
We're
You
just trying to
definitely
save our
are
asses
able
right
to
now.
Actually, it's a strain to be sure, but you are able to do it.
Farrah, do the rolls.
All right. I'm figuring out. So it's athletics or strength.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, whichever you're better at, basically.
Oh, I lied. That's 24 then.
And it's with advantage.
With
Yeah.
advantage because of Blind Beak. You guys are both holding it.
18.
You are both able to finally get these wings out, and you all feel as this sense of weightlessness suddenly goes away as you are finally given these strong wings once again, and able to hit these little updrafts that show up sometimes, kind of making the boat bounce up and down. And Blindbeak, as you're like looking over the board towards this ink minion that now that you have this updraft starts to sink lower and lower, you feel this.
That's my baby.
You feel this familiar feeling once again. This feeling of fear, but no longer frightened of its own fate, but of somebody else's. And you hear the whooshing of air as something seems to fly towards the ship.
Does he pick up the minion?
And yeah,
Oh!
he grabs
Yeah!
Dante!
Oh, let's go!
No, we don't know if he's eating it or not.
Oh,
Good
would not
point.
taste good. Would
Yeah,
taste
the
very
other
bad. I think he
thing,
knows
yeah.
enough not to eat ink.
What do you
I would
mean?
hope
Ink's
he's not
delicious.
that dumb. He's a smart guy.
Are you telling me
Alright.
that pens aren't
It might be
little
good.
snacks?
Is there anything
might
else?
be good, I don't know.
What would people like to do now? You have a moment of stability, but at the end I'll probably have you make one more check.
Do we do we see Dante?
Yeah, well, you definitely do. He's kind of like below the ship a little bit. So you and Blindbeak, well, Blindbeak senses him. And Feyre, you see him, but you guys are the only ones because he's like.
I turned to
on his side.
Blindbeak. I turned to Blindbeak with a big grin. I'm like, see, I told you he'd come back.
He doesn't like to leave me for too long.
You're
And
his
I,
bird. You're his bird dad.
While we're talking, I want to do a quick assessment of the ship. Like, what else needs like immediate care?
with the wings furled, stuff moving about. I mean, mostly you just have to get these wings in a state where you know, they won't be fucking actually dying. So you know, it's rough. You could try to help Reyna with steering the ship perhaps to a more like safety, or just maneuvering it so that it doesn't fuck up too much.
Okay, I'll Hundlefear. Can you help with Feyre? I'll help with Reyna.
Yeah, get over here, Hundlefear. Help me hold this thing. Just help me hold this thing.
Fucking. Okay.
What happened to your head? Oh, you lost your head just like I lost my ass.
Wait. My entire head?
Well, no. Okay,
No head?
I overstated. See, your eye and the bit of your horn.
Oh my fuck.
Hey,
Okay.
at
Oh,
least
not
you
the
didn't,
horn.
at least you didn't lose your best feature like I did.
What are you talking about? The horns are the best part.
Don't worry,
I
Hundlefear.
don't know, I
Having
think
one
you have
eye
ni-
isn't that bad.
I think you have a nice. I think you have a
False
nice
color.
jawline. You have a nice jawline, okay?
I thank you, but what did you guys do?
Listen, I still don't
Why
really.
am I like this, and why is the ship free falling? I thought Blindbeak said he knew how to pilot this stuff.
And you believed him?
As I get to the steering wheel,
Yeah.
As Blindbeak is like pushing
So,
Reyna to the side, like, hey, I
Blindbeak
got this,
will
I got
help
this.
Reyna. So I'll try and sense through the ship, kind of like to the underside of it, feeling where like the wind is hitting and where it's not, and steering to where it's like.
I like that. That's a very
Yeah.
good use of your sensing abilities.
Yeah,
All right, make
to where-
I'll let you do that as a perception check or other, perhaps wisdom check of your choice.
Wait, so you're
Whoa.
telling me you didn't believe him and you didn't say anything?
Well, I mean, it's not that I don't believe him. It's just how much could he even really know about this?
Right
Well, I
as
mean-
I grab the wheels and I start like steering.
Yeah, Reyna just kind of like is like, "What are you doing? I got that," and then you just kind of like start hitting just the right of these wind bumps that show up to like actually make it so the ship is doing like fairly decently. And Reyna's like, okay, obviously you got this. I don't know how a blind person is supposed to pilot, but I can be your eyes. Just try to. I think we're too far into the mainland, and the wake winds will just try to push us away. So we're gonna try to do some circles. If you could keep doing this, maybe we can land in that ocean down beneath. We just gotta keep doing circles and ensuring that those wings stayed furled out. Hundlefear or Feyre, make one strength check with advantage, and Saab or
Definitely
Sinbad
Hundlefear.
make one
Definitely
with
Hundle.
advantage.
I assume your strength is higher than mine.
Gorilla.
Bonk.
I help
Oh my
Gorilla.
god. Well, 18.
You still got a 15.
18
It's
is
an
good enough.
18.
Yeah,
Fog.
18's good enough.
Because athletics.
Roll that advantage there, Hundlefear.
I know.
Woo! Okay, well.
You
great.
both managed to succeed as Dante kind of lands on the ship and kind of shakes the weird ink thing off of its claws.
I'm swapping it back up immediately. Give me him back.
The ink kind of slithers across the ground, and then it goes into your body. But Treus, the memories of your ink minion along with yourself kind of sync up, and your ink minion also experienced the void realm that you went through, but saw something different, something really weird, and you don't know if it was some sort of weird illusion. Sometimes the memories that you get from ink minions is kind of unclear because they're not very smart. They don't remember things very well. But as you are kind of sent back with this memory of that liminal space, you remember a ship floating in that void, almost like a wake ship, but with this dark color, shadow almost seeming to ebb off of its hull. A huge, colossal warship floating in this void-like space. and you can see these shadow-like figures moving across it, and you swear that curled up upon the back of it is this large, dark dragon, and you felt this strange sense of, or the ink minion had a strange sense of fear and like knowledge that it knew you were there and saw the ink minion from afar. It was something so unnatural in a space that's already unnatural. Some sort of almost like an eldritch ship. But it didn't last long until the ink minion came back into this place. And that's what you remember as you sunk in this ink minion who saw something strange.
We'll unpack that later.
We'll deal with that after the ship is safely humping
Yeah,
around.
that's a lot.
So
I gain 1 HP from
I-
absorbing him.
yeah. So as I am not going to make him die. I'm gonna just make him disappear so that I can bring him back later. So I will say that with those last checks, you are thankfully able to maintain some sort of balance, especially with Blindbeak at the helm. Actually makes it so that it's less hard to keep these wings furled out. And there is a mechanism that's supposed to keep them out. It just seems that it wasn't expecting so many winds from so many unexpected positions. And now that you guys are kind of hitting the right winds, it is a lot easier to keep them going. Unfortunately, you are left widely off course, and the wind being so unmanageable makes it so that it's really hard to determine exactly where the boat is going. And you surmise if the ship was in a worse way, or you all did worse at piloting it now, that you would have probably crashed on land. You do still steer towards the land, but thanks to Blindbeak, you are able to instead kind of go towards this very large river, like very, very large, very wide across river, and very, like still quite hard as you splash down into the water. The fucking water splashes above deck, and it definitely sinks a little bit, and the water kind of goes in. But it is able to maintain buoyancy again and sort of land in this river in the middle of an unknown swamp on this new plate. And let me get you guys to that map. Hold on, as I need to
Let's
copy and paste
go.
everything. So there were different locations you could have ended up depending on how much damage it took during the dragon fight, but you guys did pretty decently, all things considered.
We have all died.
This is heaven.
Yeah, a little.
If we took a landfall, maybe.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. Hold on, just need to set up the next map.
Wow, 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 wow.
Singing inspires me.
Your singing inspires me.
Please teach me the songs of your people, Soph.
Wow,
Sinbad,
wow,
as much
wow,
as-
wow, wow. There was once
This
a
is
song
inaccurate.
called "The Golden Winds."
Okay, all right, okay.
Funny joke.
Joe. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Wow, 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 wow,
Oh,
wow, 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 wow.
Just a
Blindbeak is
just a bit of a
he's,
JoJo moment.
he's doing selective hearing right now because
Hashtag
he's not
JoJo
to a
moment.
boat.
Oh,
You mean
this plate is kind of
whoa,
small.
whoa. Ah, yes. A
Unfortunately,
mighty,
to keep it keep the swamp mysterious, you will not have full view of it.
Okay, there we go.
Gross water, gross water.
Oh,
Yeah, it is gross water.
Farah.
Pooped in it.
So I wasn't where I.
Oh,
remembered.
I'm sorry. What?
I pooped in it.
I don't think.
Trace,
I don't
why
think
did you
Trace-
do that?
Why did it break again? Who's got the fucking shit? Who's got it?
I think it's me.
You say you don't think I
I
have an
think
ass?
it's when. Are you just like making a? If
No,
somebody
hold
has
on.
sight and they move.
No, somebody has a big site. Everybody.
No,
Is it
my,
Francois? No.
I
it's
think
I'm
breaking.
gonna click-
It's
It might
breaking
be
a little.
Sinoi. It might be Sinoi here.
Oh, it is. It is Sinoi. It's definitely Sinoi. He just needs a. I
what-
got it. He's
okay,
dark
okay.
vision. We're doing it from
Ye-
dark vision distance.
Dark vision.
I
I know it was somebody.
Oh fuck. Oh,
I
no,
do have
this
dark
actually
vision,
sucks
nice.
because I didn't plan this out properly. Hold on. Wait, did I? Hold on. This person also on dark vision.
What
'Cause I
about
actually-
Big Boy Dark Vision?
Want to copy and paste you. Doesn't work like that here. Hold on. It is very misty, claustrophobic. You know, swamp.
Swamp.
Sweet.
Swamp, swamp, swamp.
Now you got that stuck in my head. All right, hold on. You guys are gonna have to put yourselves all back in. What?
Oh
the fuck?
yeah, they are all
Oh,
different.
We're gonna have to put ourselves at what?
The right spots again. Hold on.
Where are the
Oh.
cannons?
Are you joking? Oh, I keep doing it on the wrong thing. Don't mind the. Do you see
The
that guy
swamp
that I
folk.
keep? Yeah, don't
Yeah,
look
you,
at the.
you popped them out, but
Don't look
oh
at the
my lord,
swamp
you're
folk.
popping out everyone.
Oh, there's two
Whoa.
Pharaohs.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Where's everybody
Jeez,
going?
Clint.
Oh no, you popped out another Sinoi or something.
Oh,
Wait,
it
was
is
that
Seen
all
Wallace?
everything.
Such a
I'll
dumb
kill
joke.
that Sinoi. It's alright.
We
Done.
must
Removed
fight our
from existence.
doppelgangers.
You removed him. Nice. Okay.
There's also-
I need to
Removed from
erase all
existence.
these versions of people.
Yep.
And then put in the new versions of people.
Is this
which are-
canon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we see
you-
two of us,
Oh.
Might be.
canonically.
I'm gonna
Take
just
take
go
the
like
use from up
bump.
here.
The original. Oh fuck, our originals are gone.
Wait, who's got
Can
the
I?
big vision?
Can we see
McLaren.
the alternative timeline art of the people who didn't fail?
All of the myconoids have, for some reason, day vision.
I'm not giving him sight.
But
You're
why
blind.
don't I get my eyes in the dark?
No, you guys, you all get the same amount of vision for this part because it's a map.
Okay.
It's not like a
Whatever. What's the point of this?
like
Whatever.
on the other side. The what is it? Oh,
Can I see the bank of the
Dante.
swamp?
Wait, who is? You can't see the bank of the swamp. I will say that it's fine for this moment because you guys also did fly down into this this river, I suppose.
This place is
Um,
giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For all the people that are down, I'm just gonna
What
put
are
them.
the heebie-jeebies?
Oh, it's Leonian ton. It basically translates to
The creeps.
the creeps, indeed.
We call those the icky vickies.
Ah, the icky vickies.
Vickies.
This you know,
That fascinates me.
I left my plate for a reason, and it was that I was tired of water, and we keep ending up in water.
That is what I am saying.
Well, good news for
least- at
you.
least
I
this
really
time it's
want.
green.
We should probably go. We should probably moor for a little bit and try to actually fix this ship before we go too far. Especially in this swamp, I think we might have some holes that we need to deal with. Not to mention the wings are kind of all fucked up.
I think
can
we're
start
we're
working on
also
the
a little
wings.
fucked up.
Yeah, no, that is true.
Speaking
Let's-
of getting fucked up, I'm gonna go grab some alcohol downstairs.
Hold on, I gotta go downstairs too. I gotta go get a book. Hold on. Raina goes downstairs
Can
to
we
go grab
check
a
on
book.
the old lady?
Sees Sinbad taking a giant pull from the alcohol bottle.
Go, 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 go.
Sinbad, I'm worried about your drinking problems. I know.
This is the
like
second time in like a day.
Yeah.
No, that's not
I
bad.
mean, yeah, it doesn't seem that bad to me. We can handle it.
You're kind of already an
Whoa.
alcoholic,
Wow.
but we don't. It's part of your culture.
It is part of
seem-
our culture to drink.
Sinbad, you seem to stress drink. that doesn't seem too
That
good.
doesn't seem ideal.
What else am I supposed to do after a crash landing like that? I thought we were all gonna die back there.
It looks like most
I mean,
of
but
us
we
are fine.
didn't. We didn't die.
Well, we all survived, albeit not intact.
Well, I'll take
yeah,
this drink in celebration
Some
of
of
that
us
fact.
lost some very important things.
While we're standing there, can
That's
I?
true. Pour one
What happens
out.
if I reach up to touch my eye?
You
Does it have the same sensitivity of a normal eye?
You touch
no
your brain.
no you actually it goes through the
not there.
spot where your eye would be, and you
You can
feel this
touch your eye
strange chilling
socket.
sense. But it's really odd because you still see out of that eye, but it's like you see the inside of your finger as it kind of like almost gives it x-ray vision as you could see, but it doesn't. You don't see the flesh of your finger. It just is like this white shape.
It's just clipping. It's clipping through your eye.
Sort of.
Yeah. Yeah,
As
clipping
soon as
through
that
your eye.
happens, I'm like,
Wait. So can I see like my bones and stuff in my leg? Or,
No,
what's
like
going on
look
here?
at if you look at your art, the inside of your leg is all white. It's all this kind of the blank void.
I hate that. I hate it.
Whoa, can I put my full hand through my missing arm?
Yeah, it's you can't put it through that like boundary. Like if you tried to put your other hand into
Like where my
your,
my
Yeah.
mass starts, but the empty space I can go
yeah,
through
you
just
can
fine,
you can
right?
yeah, you can move your hand through the empty space
Can I-
as much as you like.
And I still have like I can
You just
feel my
You do feel this. The only thing is that you don't feel it with what would be there, but the hand that you pass through it gets this weird like that same chill that you get that almost seems to like go through your bones and make it seem like it makes your hand feel like it shouldn't be there.
So let's take for example Thorn Whip. I just literally extend my appendage. Can I just like if I were to
a portion
extend
of
that
the
a portion?
Yeah, if it were to be your arm that you're extending into the thorn whip, there would be a portion of the thorn whip at the base gone, but the tip would still be there. But it would still pull
Yeah, so
just
like
like it was a normal thorn whip.
The part where my hand is still there,
Yeah.
but the rest of it is gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you look,
I'm gonna put my hand in the bag of holding. Let's go.
if you do no scarf, you can see it a little bit better. It's kind of like your forearm part, I guess. It's hard to tell because again, you have weird, like little.
Oh wait, was that my tattoo arm? Ah.
Oh no.
I am so
I
sad.
was even gonna watch that episode to remember. I was like, where did people put their Dragon Slayer tattoos again? And
I
then
sent
was
you a
like,
piece of
eh.
art, and the other art did have the dragon tattoo. So if you just did the original, it might be that arm. I can
Fuck,
check
where
real
did I
quick.
get mine? I don't even remember.
Blind Beak will speak up and be like, I think Reyna did say we have holes. I understand we did lose some appendages, but we have. Well, I guess that's an important matter too, but let's not.
We should
sink right
probably
now.
dock before we drown.
All right, I'm gonna move the boat.
Indeed.
Hold on. Where's a nice clear spot? There's like a lot of shrubs.
Sov looking like a character from Wii Sports Boxing right about now.
True. True.
It's Matt.
Well, do you want me
It's
to move
Matt.
some of
Oh,
the
shit.
shrubbery so we can moor anywhere?
Oh yeah, you can
Ooh.
like try to bend the shrubbery with your druid magic.
Druid things.
You must procure us.
Yo, I got texted back by my friend. Let's go.
Is it one of your league
Your phone should be
girlfriends?
off right now.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not my
Put it in the hat.
Oh, yeah.
Put it in the middle.
Put it in the hat. Put it in the hat.
Okay. Silent mode on.
Tell your girlfriend to fuck off.
Not now, babe. I'm playing D&D. Shut up.
So yeah, there's like these reeds. If you
Love you,
look,
Kati, but it's D&D time.
if you look at these, there's a lot of
Love you, stream.
there's a lot of reeds. that kind of are normally in the way, and you feel as you moor up that the bottom of the boat sticks into some mud.
Oh my god.
Ew.
That
Flint,
is not fun.
Flint the throat goat.
Can I
Don't say
can I do a perception check of like the things we
We
have
were
to
all
fix
thinking
on
it.
this boat, and
Yeah.
like sense what's not working?
Yeah, you can. Dang.
I know exactly.
Oh
I
my
probably,
god!
I probably would have made it more of like an intelligence check, but you got a natural 20 anyhow, so it's whatever. Yeah, you actually using your book with as help, you kind of like see some of the parts that are broken. There's like a lot of holes in the back where the dragon like was kind of towards the end there was like raking across, and most of the metal is okay of the static engine. The static engine's pretty hardy, but the like wood is like splintered and is definitely leaking some holes. Then not to mention that you probably need to like tie like some of the like follow through some of these ropes, because especially this rope is broken and it'll fly, but the way that you repaired it, it won't fly well. It'll be like super rickety. And there's just like there's a lot of things where it can probably go for a little while, but the longer you ignore these problems, the worse it's gonna get, and stuff like that. That's when Reyna comes on board, with Professor Von Schwa, who has a mirror in his hand, and goes up the stairs
Oh, no.
to Hundofir
Poor Von Schwa.
and says, "Yeah, mine was pretty bad too, but you know, from personal experience, I've used to have some people that I knew when I was very, very young, that had void scars. They can't go away actually after quite a bit, and especially if you live as long as me, they go away. I
Wait,
mean,
How
per-
old are you?
oh, well, I hold on. I have it.
Why
written
are you
down.
being so sussy?
Flint is furiously searching his notes right now.
I
It's not even him being sussy.
Oh, it's actually so much older than I thought. Oh, me? Oh, well, I don't like saying it. It usually surprises people. I'm a even for an elf, dark elf or any type of elf, I am quite at the end of my lifespan. I am 1,021 years old, I believe.
What?
There might be a few years in there that I've forgotten.
Oh, I didn't know you
You
beings
and
could live
Naps
that long.
live this really. You guys have really weird lifespans.
Well, it's I don't know if now's the time to talk about it, but you know, elves, at least from research that has been done, you know, they usually, instead of dying of old age, they sort of fade into either the like different planes of existence. Either the Shadowfell for a drow such as I, or the Fae for an elf usually. Or it actually depends. No, there's not really any proof to any of that. It's more in stories, but they don't die traditionally.
Well,
You said
I-
from how long did it take you to lose your scars the last time?
Oh, I've never had void scars personally. I've actually been. I haven't been to the core world in some time, and you usually don't run into this issue if you're not in the core world. So, but my friend, you know, I had another drow friend that took about 120 years. But some people, some people do only have it last like a year, and if you're really lucky, like a few months or something.
Is there
Well,
a cure for it?
I hope I
perhaps?
get lucky then.
Yeah.
Is,
Can I
is there a cure for it?
can I fix it?
There might be. I haven't been to the core world in some time. Even the static vent engine, I think, is a recent development of the core world. So there might be some cures now since I've been down there, but I personally do not know of them. I left home a long time ago, so I'm not up to date on the influence of the void. Yeah, speaking of, if we all gotta do something proper important. This here's a little a statometer, and Reyna will pull out what kind of looks like a hourglass, but instead of sand, there's like this one line of this like now that you've seen it enough, you notice it as this like static void energy, and it's just one very thin line that goes through the center. And as Reyna sort of shakes it for herself, you'll see as the line kind of expands and starts to fill out this hourglass. And you see as the entire hourglass actually seems to fill up. And Reyna goes, oh, that's... Okay, well, that's not good. Seems like we were just on the edge. Or maybe this is getting influenced by the going into the void as we did. But this will measure how many days we have left until we don't have to worry about the lost curse once we go through. I've never seen it full before, but I guess this is to be expected with what we did with the static vent. Maybe if actually we were in the wake winds too long, we would have properly all disappeared. Which, you know, I guess that means it's good that we just started to sail on the plate, but... okay. Here, everybody, take turns with this. I only have one. Let's just try to make sure and see if everybody's synced up curse-wise. We'll, like, pass it off the blind beak.
All right.
What do I do?
You just hold it, and then you shake it. And then...
I hold it, and I shake it.
You wait, like, a little bit for it to settle down again. As each of you do it, I imagine you all have the same effect on it, and it's the full thing fills up, which
Can
looks,
I test something?
Yeah, sure.
If I change my size, my mass at all, does that influence it?
No, it does not influence it.
Okay.
It seems that no matter what size, the lost curse affects you the same way, or the same time, at least time frame. So Reyna, after sending it to everybody, will kind of go, well, that means that, well, before we go out on the Wake Sea again, we have to at least wait 8 days. It kind of differs. We can use this to try to track how far everybody goes, but to keep it safe, we'll want to stay out on this plate for 8 days until we go back out there. Or we could all poof into that realm again and then never come back and die.
Yes, I'd rather not.
Yeah, that's as close as I ever want to be to actually getting consumed by the lost curse, so...
Well, Reyna?
Yes?
Is there a port on the western side of Brockmire?
Yes, there is. I've been reading this book. It's like a little traveler's guide to all the plates. And there's Sumpin. We were supposed to dock at the town of Sumpin, but I'm gonna be honest with all of you. I'm not exactly sure where we are. There's a lot of rivers that. Yeah, there's a lot of rivers on this little miniature map I have in my book that seem to lead towards something, but this book's also, I checked the back, it's not necessarily up to date. Well, I guess we'll find out. Maybe there's some not individuals that'll try to eat us, that'll try to help us, but I'm pretty sure that's just like, you know, stereotypes and stuff.
Before we go anywhere, we should start working on the ship.
Indeed, I agree.
We might also consider taking a rest. We're looking a little beat up.
Those who need to take a rest can take a rest. I'm okay, and I'll work on what I can.
Maybe
I
we
think
can
the
all
whole
take turns?
That works.
Keeping watch is good.
You first, Blind Beak. Thera hops off the boat.
I want to say what Blind Beak.
I
help.
saw a tree, and I want to sleep in it.
You have
Not a lot of trees on
mhm.
Ethereal, so
That's true. All water over there.
I toss my spear up into this tree and teleport up there.
Teleport up to the
Uh,
spot. And as you kind of sit up there, you look down at your leg and you kind of probably reminisce and kind of go, "Well, this fucking sucks."
I try to
In
like,
your head.
I try to
You have
like
a
tug
flashback
my.
of all the good times you had with your leg.
Oh man, so many good times. I try to pull my tunic down like over it a little bit so I can't see it.
All right, you kind of pull it over the space where it is. Um,
Wait, so did it like get rid of my pants there too?
the weird thing is that the pants are like have the same effect on them, so they're still like pants, and you can take them off, but they forever have this like band in them that are gone. That is gone.
I guess I
is
just
it
got.
those specific pair of pants?
And I will let you know actually as you kind of pull your tunic over the spot where your kind of um your scar is. After a few hours, maybe you just kind of are like napping and then you open your eyes, you notice that the part of the tunic that kind of goes over this slash is beginning to grow these like white lines on it. Like
I
it's
hate that.
it's
That's so
beginning
crazy.
it's beginning to affect the cloth around it.
This sucks.
Yeah.
Sinbad, you don't look too beat up. Why don't you repair the holes? Do we have enough wood, or
I can help in that, definitely.
Reina will say that like they have some, or that she has some
Wow,
like
wow.
materials below for like
You
small
have
repairs.
a
Nothing
druid.
permanent, but
Wow, wow,
that too.
wow.
You guys you
I
guys got
really
plenty of
want.
foliage.
Wow, wow. Blind Beak put me to work. If you need small spaces, we got Sinoi and other myconoids to help. Otherwise, I can grow new wood. I can grow patches. I can grow stronger wood. Whatever you need. Oh wow.
so with the sine way? I'd want to
The
work on the
mechanism.
sails, but yeah,
Yeah.
the mechanism and the sails, and then with the bigger holes and stuff like that, I feel like Sav can just like do a perfect replacement of like the wood that we lost.
Just about there. I can grow new patches, and then if I do thorny ones, I can make them stronger, or which I would assume from being difficult terrain, at least in the meantime.
Awesome. I'll have you make a intelligence check, Blind Beak, just to like cover all the things and fix them properly. But I'll give you advantage since you do seem to be on top of it and be getting a lot of.
Oh, thank God.
Funny.
That's still not the best.
Still
But...
not
So
great.
this doesn't necessarily affect the repairs. I think the repairs go okay, but it just is gonna take longer than you think. Like this night might not be enough to cover it. You probably have to like do more tomorrow as well to finish these small repairs. If you don't want to go out in the state of like they're not permanent by any means, but they're pretty good as long as you have enough time to do them. So you
Could we
surmise.
switch that to survive? No, I guess survival. Would that be a survival check?
What would your plus be with survival? Because I think I would probably allow Well,
It'd be a
no,
plus
it's
5.
the part of it is though that it is a complex boat with a lot of like little things that you're learning about. So, um, either way, I think the outcome that I think intelligence fits,
Same.
and that also the outcome is the same, in that you just surmise that it'll take all of the next day as well if you want to properly do these little repairs.
Yeah, so I'll get to work and then I don't know.
All right. What else do people want to do?
I want to talk to Von Schwa.
All right, Von Schwa is probably kind of like he seems a little as you approach him, he's probably like over here or something, and he's like staring off into space. You see his eyes are somewhat like glowing, and you notice Make a history check. It's not even that big of a DC because you probably also grew up around a lot of elves in the high plates. You know that when elves' eyes grow like this, where they start to glow with this kind of ethereal nature and lose their pupils, that is a sign of old age for elves. It's kind of hard to tell with elves because they always have these almost
Is
youthful
he
features.
dying?
But you notice that that Professor Von Schwa's eyes have like no pupil and are like just this kind of glowing blue with this like small bit of yellow where maybe
Have they
his
always
pupils
been
were.
like that?
Oh yeah, it's just like, you know, it's kind of a small part of him, and I don't think
Okay.
like you guys really noted it before, but especially now that he talked about how old he is, Treyas, you kind of look and you notice that he's got the like he's this gray
This
uneven
fucker
hair.
is old.
Yeah, he's a professor.
Hey,
Von
Grandpa. Trace does not say that.
Schwa.
As a treat and to not endanger the crew or the people that are gonna be around here, can I give one of the like super good rations to Dante?
Yeah, sure. That gives him like 10 hit points or something. What did I?
Doesn't it
actually-
also?
It keeps them full for like
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah, it's super good. I'd have to look at something, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind. But anyhow, you approach Von Schwa. He's spaced out.
Excuse me.
My apologies. Oh, I think it's been a long night. Yes, Treyas.
Okay. So when I reabsorbed my ink minion, something weird happened. It saw something in the void. Is that I wasn't very sure what it was. It was like a big warship with a dragon on it. Do you know what that may have been?
Huh. That is interesting. Are you sure? Like you're positive that that the ink, it saw this thing. It wasn't perhaps affected, hallucination.
No.
I'm sorry.
That is what it saw and felt it. So
I suppose I can't really question the memory of an ink formed. Well, see, I don't know about this. I'm sorry if I'm being strange about it. It's just I don't really enjoy the place that this thinking about this brings me. I left the core world for a reason. Lots of superstition and well, a lot of hatred that is unneeded to things that, you know, don't really exist. The part of why this war happened, I'm sure. But a ship, well, see, if it was anything, I would say no, because there's no way that anything is in the void. That's a whole attribute of it, is that no matter if you're next to somebody, if you're touching somebody, everybody is sent into their own space in the void, or space. It is a realm where you are supposed to be completely alone, completely separated. There is nothing and everything at the same time. An intense amount of oxygen, an intense amount of light from the void, but nothing else. However, again, kind of a superstition, a story I used to hear when I was young, and now that I am older, have kind of disregarded. But a ship is interesting. There is an old tale, a children's tale, about a ship called the Malnebris that goes through the void and sails with a dark captain upon it that steals away little children that wander into the wastes and get lost during the whiteouts of the core world. Mostly just something to like rationalize for children the curse, I think. Perhaps you could describe it to me. I think if you truly think you saw something like this, it is worth writing down. I mean, after all, stories sometimes do come from real events, real things. So.
He wants me to tell him or write it down.
You could tell me and I could write it down, or if
it was large. It was dark. It was vaguely eldritchy. And like I said, there was a large dragon on the back of it as well.
He kind of starts writing it down, and then over like a moment, he'll like ask you questions about what you saw, and then write down your responses, and kind of go through the whole like a true scholar's interview, just like trying to get into ask questions that might reveal things that you wouldn't necessarily mention off the top of your head. Goes through the whole kind of scientific way of asking you questions. But other than that, from what you learn from him, is that he says that the ship that you saw is told in stories, but nobody really believes it usually, and usually people that actually say it say that like they like see it are thought of as like mad people. But although he seemed very dismissive, as you kind of start to answer questions, he definitely doesn't have the same skepticism anymore and listens intently and doesn't seem to not believe you. He believes that you saw something for a reason, but he just doesn't know what you saw and tries to get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
He's a scholarly gentleman. Anyhow, what else are people doing? Who's sleeping? Who's doing something?
I want to rest after that if I can, or does it take too long?
No. It wouldn't take that long.
It's nighttime too, right?
Yeah, but it's gonna be daytime soon, probably.
We should keep
I'd say
watch for any
overnight.
potential frog people.
I'm gonna go bed. I'm gonna go sleep.
I'm helping build the ship, but I'll go to sleep as soon as my work is done there.
I'm gonna take my shift and then I'm gonna go sleep. I'm gonna act my wage.
All right, who's staying up for what is the second shift?
That would have.
I suppose.
Did Tumblefear is?
Because I slept first.
Did Tumblefear do anything during that exchange?
No.
How
Did
long
you
are
take
these
first
shifts?
shift or second shift?
Tumblefear did not participate in this shift discussion at all.
We're just now coming to it.
I see.
We're basically just deciding when people slept and when people were awake.
So I think first shift was Blindbeak, Sinbad, and Sav.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he probably would have passed out right away. So
Second shift,
yeah.
All right,
Uh,
the 2nd
I'd
shift
stay-
is like as
I'd stay up
morning
for
or
second
something.
shift a little bit, just to like be like, hey, this is what we got to do. Like, oh, you gotta tie
point
this
around.
through there, and then
If I needed on helping repair the ship, I'd rather keep watch. It's up to you. Blindbeak?
Well, I think could Treyas do the? Treyas is pretty intelligent. I feel like he would know the intricacies of this, or like I could teach him how to do it. You can keep watch. We'll get it done regardless. Just matter
Trace
of when.
doesn't sleep. Just gotta
Sounds
keep
good.
that in mind.
Wait,
Oh,
does
Trace doesn't sleep.
It's true, but
I
But
need
they
to
do,
remain
they do
inactive.
still have to take rest to heal, though, right?
Yeah, I need to be inactive.
Could I have Poro, Ropin, and Bello sleep first and then do watch?
Yeah, sure. How would you like them to watch?
Well, not too far away from the boat. Maybe just these like main trees within sight of the boat.
I feel like we're watching for the trees, but we're in a water plane. Let's watch for the ocean too. Or the
Just
river.
looking around.
I see something in the trees. Oh wait, that's just Feyre.
Wait, what is,
That's just Feyre twirling
What
her
is that
spear.
blue thing
Yeah.
up there?
It's me.
What could
it's
it
me.
be? Oh, okay, I see. Mushrooms? Oh yeah, yeah.
Is this second shift timeline?
Yeah, second shift. So where do you sleep,
Was I?
Bonbeak?
Did I sleep
I sleep with
after
Dante.
Munchwa? What
Why?
I assume Dante curls up, and I'll like sleep in the middle of what he curled up.
So yeah, so Dante will probably actually curl up. Oh, no, Dante wants to go on the ground. Dante likes the ground.
Does
Dante
he?
will sleep under Feyre. Doesn't want to be on the boat.
boat?
I dropped
Simba
some
down.
rations into his waiting maw.
He's already full though. I gave him the big
He still
ration
eats
for a
it.
reason.
I'm giving him a little treat. For
Sinbad,
being such a
are,
good
are,
boy.
are you
Don't
below?
be
Are you
afraid to
below
give him a
decks?
few of those.
I'm below deck, yeah.
Yeah, we'll put
can
all
have
the
a
below
little
deck people
salami.
over here.
And Bonbeak, don't be afraid to give him several of the big rations. He probably needs it.
Professor Von Schwa will also be resting at this time. But everybody that's on second watch, please press your long rest buttons.
Am I or am I not? I don't know. I don't know when I slept. Or
You went first, I think.
Well,
you talked to
unquote,
Von Schwan, said you went the rest.
Well, yeah, you,
Okay.
I think you, yeah, you said you did it first, so.
okay.
So second shift people who are working, I could take a long rest, correct?
Wait, do we
No.
have any
No, you're
rations that we can?
sleeping.
You're sleeping now.
Do we have any rations we can give to Hundolfir? 'Cause he doesn't have rations. Covered half his
Oh wait, I shouldn't. Oh no, Dante was probably sleeping while you were working on the boat, but is still sleeping and oversleeping.
Does Treyas eat?
No.
No, it's just
That's
part
just
of the
part of it.
macro. Treyas actually has like I put input like 99999999999.
I think the rations I started out with, I did put in the horse cart at the start.
What are Trace ones out of there?
Treyas just has a bulk pack of Bic pens that they open up and dump on their body.
Delicious.
That actually increases my max HP.
I think we found a loophole. You can become so strong.
We need to find Treyas as much ink as
Make
possible.
me bigger.
You're just gonna become the fucking Akira monster, but in ink form.
Hold on, we can do this again. I'm gonna give Hundolfir some rations because you guys have rations on the boat. So you can
Yeah, I was about to
actually-
say we could.
You can have a
definitely
real
share.
long rest. Okay. Everybody seems to be the way they are. Just making sure. Oh god. So I guess I hold on. Farah, you're on watch, right? For this second
Yes,
shift?
I am in the tree, looking out, observing.
You and Hundolfir make perception. And no, I guess Treyas too. If you
Alright.
got-
Just give me one of Isaac's rolls.
Yeesh.
I did okay. I did okay.
A lot of ones this session.
Yeah.
Yeah, not fun.
Isaac is draining all of our luck, saving up to get 3 20s in a row.
It's like not
Alright,
even a
I'm
joke.
getting,
though.
our
It's
grandma's
not-
getting 20s.
It's not even a joke.
Bro,
it's not-
Olive,
Has
it's
anyone
grandma.
talked to Olive yet?
Damn, Olive, you really popped off back there.
I think she's fine though. She's
As
just
far as we're
doing
aware,
nothing.
she could be dead in her room downstairs, right? No one even checked up on her.
You
I like
check
to
up
think
on all
that I
of them.
checked up
Nah,
on her
Grandma's
before I went to
fine.
bed. You doing all right? Oh my god, you look more fine than you were earlier. That's crazy.
And then
He's all
Did
bulked
you
out.
just say Olive looks fine? Are you hitting on
Damn,
Oh.
damn, Grandma, you looking
Oh,
Grandma, you looking
fine.
fine as fuck.
Listen,
So
somebody's
bad.
got to appreciate those grandmas out there.
Those
I'm
feathers
just
are
saying.
glossy.
Work it, Grandma.
Is the fairy fuck still on board?
Yeah, what about the
Oh
cat?
yeah, that
I'm
guy.
looking for my cat, by the way.
You look for the cat appears.
Yeah, no, it does.
Okay,
I
good.
even had the cat copy and paste it. Where'd it go? Man, the cat disappeared from me too.
Is this the
Damn.
ducky that was on the table?
Yeah, this is
That's a really cute.
That
this
is.
is
Oh,
this
the
is
cards are on the floor too.
That's so cute.
this
I
is
like that detail.
representative of everything being tossed around after the falling.
That bag of apples is very resilient, though.
Yeah, I mean there definitely were some apples that landed down, but it's probably one of the first things that Orange has super sight.
Yeah, orange. Woo!
Mega sight.
Orange, woo, woo!
All right.
I can't get over that you named the cat Orange.
What do you mean?
It's
He's
just such a-
orange.
it's just such a good name. That's all
What
I'm
would
saying.
you have named it?
I don't know. I like.
I
Yellow?
imagine you
It
guys
is
are
not
having this
yellow.
conversation from the tree
Yeah.
into the boat.
I'm yelling at you.
No, I would not. I would not have called him Yellow. I would have chosen a name, like.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, speak of the devil, it's Orange.
I pet him.
And this is why you did not see what you saw.
Wait, did I not
That's
see it
fair.
either?
No, but as you're looking down towards Feyre, I mean not Feyre. Feyre, you're looking down towards Treyas. You see past the boat, and although it's nighttime, so it's kind of hard to see. Or no, it's just getting to daytime. So you're starting to see some things, but there's like some clouds overhead, and it's actually started to very lightly kind of rain / just be really muggy. It's one of those like awful swamp things where it's just
Hey,
like
I'm fine
always
with it.
kind of wet. Yeah, you're okay with it, but it's kind of like misty and a bit rainy, and it's just kind of ugly outside. You can like see this track of clouds that seem to have steamed out of the ship as you went down. As I said, they were like sticking to the hull, and there's still kind of this line going up, although it's dissipating. And as you kind of look down towards Treyas, having this casual conversation, you see even Bello seems to kind of it's hard to tell because they're usually so passive, but you see them kind of lean over the boat and trying to look at something, and you as well start to see, you think they're rocks for a moment, starting to kind of like float through the water, only barely illuminated by Volka's light overhead. Wait, actually, yeah, that's what.
But do
you see.
they have stick
Are the
heads on?
myconoids fine?
No, this myconoid is looking. This myconoid rolled well enough and seems to see the
Yeah.
same thing and is looking
You
at.
talked about Volca though.
But well, the light
It's
of
like
Volca
night.
is yeah. I
It's
mean,
like
it's like
getting
morning.
to-
It's
Oh,
like
okay.
it's like
Daytime.
dawn.
Yeah, the sun's coming up. I'm gonna throw my spear down onto the deck, like right about here, and then teleport to it.
Okay. I'd say you do that without having to really roll anything. You teleport over here, and you
Do
see
you want
some
to pet orange?
of the like spores of Bellow start to like radiate outwards towards their compatriots.
There,
Um,
Treya, stop petting the cat. There's something weird going on over here.
Make another perception check.
Treya,
Can I also pet me? I can do
stop
this.
petting the cat.
Not you.
Oh.
Woo!
Although if I'd say you have to go to the edge of the boat to do another perception check.
I would
so-
like to do this.
Okay. All right. Perception check for you then too. You do not see it. You're just like,
Keep
what?
looking back at
What
Orange.
is over here? What is going on?
I want
And,
to look at the cat.
That means that they have advantage against you, as
Hmm.
suddenly you see these rocks that were kind of floating up. They're strangely, they seem to illuminate the light strangely, like they're covered in moss or scales. And then you see them rise out of this murky water, and you see this. And you see them right as
Ah!
three of them at least, launch 3 spears at one at Treyas, one at Feyre, and one at Bello. And
I
that is
dodged it
going to
Matrix
be
style.
initiative.
I do
Are
a
we
flip.
healed?
Yeah, we all took long rests, right? Or are they not? Because they're still asleep.
No, well, yeah, they're in the middle of their rest, so they didn't get their rest. But
Did we at least get an hour's worth of rest?
you could take a short rest, sure.
W.
All right.
This is why you always sleep first.
All right, let me
Smile.
get some fight music real quick. This is so true. Always gotta sleep.
Value for hit die used. I could use 5 because that's my level, right?
Might as well.
YouTube, come on, get your shit together.
Okay.
It doesn't auto heal you, so I'll have to.
I got
Wait,
it.
hold up. Where's the short rest button again?
All right. And then yes, roll initiative, everybody, please. As I roll initiative.
Oh, Treyas, come on. Come on, buddy.
Oh,
Let's see if I'm a light sleeper.
I mean, it wouldn't make sense for Sinbad to roll high
I'm
initiative.
a
Yeah,
Yes, I rolled
good.
a yes.
it makes sense.
Yep. Boom.
Come on. Oh.
Spooks are coming in.
I think we should play Toontown music.
You know what? You're right. I'm getting Toontown music.
I think we should play Left 4 Dead 2 music that plays during Swamp Fever. During
mean,
the
if you-
Horde.
If you wanna cue that
Actually,
up,
that might be a good
go
idea.
for it.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
if you
hold
wanna
on.
play
All
that.
right, so
more than welcome to.
one attack on Treyas at the start with advantage because you didn't see anything. One on Feyre. You don't have to make that Constitution saving throw. Unfortunately, it still fits Feyre. And then Bello also takes one, but was also perceptive enough. This one misses Bello. But unfortunately for Treyas and Feyre, you both get hit. You do have to make a
A con save.
con save, but Treyas, you do not, as you are hit by a 5
Great.
piercing damage.
Nice nat 20.
I stole one of Isaac's.
Good shit.
Damn
As
you.
these 3 seem to launch out their spears. And now we are in an initiative. Sav, you wake up.
Wah!
I will allow you to get onto the deck using 1 turn of like action and move action.
this
Can
is
I do half of it and then do some prep spells?
Yeah.
I.e., I'm not strong enough, but I know somebody who is.
Oh, everybody also snap to grid.
Can I?
Stop measuring like that. Use the measure tool.
I'm just checking.
I
put
know,
the measure tool.
but there's a measure tool for that.
Where?
Who's
did
rotating me?
put
I want to be
him?
sideways.
Oh, okay, you can re-rotate yourself. I was just trying to make sure everybody was in snap to grid.
Don't we have cannons on deck?
Hold on, I actually got to put those back.
Oh,
But they
this
are
guy
knocked
probably has.
around. So you'd have to you'd probably have to use an action to
What do you?
replace them.
I feel like while we were.
Why
fixing
is the
shit, we
swamp
just put
folk
stuff
showing up?
together.
What? Wait. Uh-huh.
Flynn,
Why
I feel
the
like if we were
cat?
fixing the sails and everything, we kind of rearranged everything to where it would.
Yeah,
be.
then you wouldn't have the cannons on board at all, because you'd have to move them around to do the. They would be in the positions that they are, so that you had proper workroom. Look how small they are! Oh, little baby cannons.
I go with
Aw.
summon beast. He's actually small.
How do I do this?
It is small.
Okay, now they're too big. Not cute.
Whoa, they grow up so fast.
Now they're too small.
I thought that was a funny joke. I'll be honest.
Now they're
Thanks.
just right. Yo, what the
He
fuck's this slide?
I'm like Courage the
has
Cowardly Dog music.
60 fly, so can I just have him go out from the bottom? If I move 30, and then he flies 30,
I suppose, yeah, he can get out.
and then he would have 30 feet from there, right?
Sure.
Snap the grid. We're gonna go up, and we're gonna hold our action for movement if they throw their spears. Or actually, nah, we're just gonna have them dodge for now.
Okay, dodge
That's
action.
it.
Gotcha. Did I do this right? I did do this right. Alright, Fravor, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to cast. So it is raining outside currently. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's cloudy.
It always seems to be cloudy when you're around.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Let me click on Feyre. So I'm gonna cast Call Lightning, and normally it has a limited area of effect, but when it's cloudy and raining, I take control of the current storm.
Hey yo,
It does one extra D10 damage.
And they in the water though.
they are in the
They
water.
are in the water.
Oh,
They're
that's
messing
good
with two storm people. They're kind
Oh,
of.
why didn't they use this?
One second.
idiots.
Yeah, dumbasses.
Yeah, these
They
guys
should have
suck.
known.
What kind of save do they have to make? They have to make a deck save or something?
Yes. So here, let me. Yep. So I choose a point, and every creature within 5 feet of that point makes a Dex saving throw.
Gotcha. Oh, wait, where are you doing it?
So I'm going to center it. So if I centered it like right here, could I hit all 3 of them?
Yeah, definitely. And even this guy, I'd say. Because it, like, spreads out. Because they
Oh,
do
hell
get in
yeah.
water.
So yeah, I'll
Damn.
center it right here.
So that guy fails.
I'll
That
live
guy
on the
definitely
violin right now.
succeeds. That guy fails.
There is no chroma. Silly.
And that guy fails. So all of the big brutes fail, but then there's like this weird lanky looking ass in the back that manages to like sink below enough the water that it doesn't seem to get too affected.
Okay.
Roll damage.
That 22.
22 damage.
Killed him in one hit.
Bloody them in one
Basically.
hit.
They seem to convulse in the water, and even this one still takes damage. Ooch oof owie. So you got like extra range because you did it in the water, and they seem to be very, very much well hurt, but they don't seem to be down yet. They seem to be simply very hurt.
Cool. I can do that, and I can do that every turn.
So I roll initiative for Dante.
Yeah, do that. Oh wow, okay. Dante, you go.
Travel back in time.
Since he's, I think he's.
Well,
next with
no,
me,
I
unless the-
control Dante. Yeah, Dante's like curious, but isn't doing anything yet until you tell him to do something. Because he's like, as people are going, ah. But it is your turn as well, right afterwards.
Yeah. So I mean, can he? I guess we'll go after him. Does Dante seem like he'll attack them? Or... So he could go 80 feet.
He can. He's a fast guy.
He's gonna go after the weak ones.
All right. Well, he doesn't
Oh,
attack
shit.
yet, but you can attack. You can use his movement, but not his attack, as we have ruled before. So if you would like to do, you miss.
Oh,
You
damn.
splash into the water.
6. And then I guess I'll do a Hand of Harm.
6 damage. All right. What is that? Just another attack, right?
Is it? No, I believe it just... I could do the attack, and if it hits, I get to add more damage. Let me... I haven't played Blind Beacon a bit. Let me...
You
When
see
you hit a
this
creature with an
crocodile man
unarmed
goes
strike...
and kind of gets out of the water and starts taking a big breath as you're fucking like this big old bird starts to splash around and the bird on its back starts to smack him.
I do
That's so
another
cool.
1d6 plus 5.
All right, as you seem to you miss one hit, but as you aim the other, you strike down into the water, and you manage to jab it right in a pressure point in its jaw. And as you do, you hear it gurgle and go limp in the water and start to choke on the water itself. As you most definitely kill it.
Let's go. I think that's... Yeah, that'll be my last action. I finish.
There you go. What should these guys do?
Move together and do smoke. Makes sense. Gives cover to people.
On which on the boat?
You know, they would probably go like here, and then they would go as close as they can.
Yeah.
So like there.
Probably.
And
Yeah.
can you move?
The other one. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
But he used his whole action to.
To run all the way over, and then Bello would.
He can't get
use-
onto the boat, but he can get
Okay.
next to it.
Bello would do smoke.
10-foot radius. Like that.
But, I did the exact same thing. Okay. That would probably be their turn. And then just have Ropen prepare an attack. That's it.
Hondo Fear, your turn.
All right. Sort of jolted to awareness after spears hit the boat. I will move forward here. Let's see. Weirdly enough, I don't have many lightning spells. It's all thunder.
Very, very frightening.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I am going to. I don't think that's even necessary. What I'm going to do is something I haven't done before, and I'm going to do one of my 2 channel divinities. And I'm going to. I know it's already a bit cloudy and whatnot, but I'm going to summon a storm.
You summon the storm gets like it was kind of gray and lightly raining before, but then it turns into a downpour and the storm becomes angry.
Yeah, so I
And
sort
lightning.
of press my hand and my hammer talisman against my chest and mutter a few words, and the area in a 2-mile radius centered on our boat is overcome by a violent storm. Everything is lightly obscured, and the winds start whipping and lightning starts coming down. And it will. I have to roll a d4 to see how long it lasts. It's a 3-hour storm.
Wow.
Ice cries.
So wait, what happens to the terrain? What is the effect?
It makes everything the storm is so powerful that basically it limits line of sight a little bit and everything becomes lightly obscured.
Ah, I see.
But it also random lightning strikes occur and the wind gets incredibly strong.
I see. Duly noted. The waves start to crash against these crocodile men, these lizard folk. Is that the end of your turn? Anything else?
Yeah, I don't think I need a bonus action right now.
Cannibal filth. Alright, I'm gonna use
Remember, guys, there's at least 10 of them. Are they speaking common?
They haven't spoken yet. They were under the water. I am
But
under the water.
under the water. Please help me.
This one seems to... It's getting buffeted by these waves, but it seems to kind of calmly swim over, and you see it gets its neck out of the water, and you see this gross-looking, like, bulbous pouch on its neck that seems to be inflating, and as it opens its mouth, little bits of this, like, yellow-looking gas seem to escape its mouth. And you already see there's like welts on it that are like miniature versions of this giant sack under its chin. But it opens its mouth and it goes, and it starts to puke this like a combination of gross liquid and this pepper spray like gas that begins to just kind of cover you and Dante. And I need you to make Constitution saving throws.
It's like con? That's crazy.
Yeah, con is basically like super mustard gas.
You said it was like puke. I was thinking. I
Well,
could
it's
use
a
magic
combination of puke and fucking mustard gas.
Sounds like a normal
yo.
day.
You're okay. You
Let's
only
see how
take
Dante
half of the
is.
damage. Dante does not succeed. And is blinded, moves half speed, and is also poisoned. And also gains one latent disease, which we will talk about later.
Oh
Will
my
not-
god.
Will not come up now. But basically Dante starts coughing and like wheezing as it's like absolutely awful. You take half damage. Let's see. And then it will throw its spear at you, Blindbeak, but it'll have disadvantage because the waves are kind of like buffeting
Obscured.
it. Yeah, and it's obscured and all that. Yeah, it definitely misses. Gonna go 5. So it already went 5. And these guys are mad fast. So it's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20.
We can't see that far out. Like, can you give Dante vision?
Dante doesn't see anything because he's blind, and you're also sense blind. And also, it's a misty day that's super rainy now, and there's lightning, and there's waves. If anything, you
But it
guys
wasn't
made
like
it
that
even
before.
more obscure.
So they're just in fog of war now.
Yeah, you don't see him. They're out of the range, and he sinks under the water. Treyas, your turn. It is very
can
obscured.
Would I have to make disadvantage on a spell?
Yeah, because they're like getting buffeted about by the waves and it's super fucking rainy, and it's just like the conditions are awful for ranged combat.
Well, that I can't do much. I guess I'll just cast Firebolt.
All right, you have disadvantage.
Yeah, at this one. Cool. That's my turn.
You fire a fireball into it, but a wave manages to catch it, and it was a little bit off because of all the rain. Rain and fire do not mix. All right.
Wait, and then I move behind Hundlefer because I'm baby.
Let the
Baby's
volley
scared.
fly.
Stand in front of the ink child.
5, 10.
How long is he blinded?
Till the end of his next turn. You have advantage, Hundofir, but a net flies towards you from out of the water. And you must make a dexterity saving throw.
With advantage, you said?
With advantage, because they're getting buffeted about by waves.
Doesn't even need it.
You manage to...
Hold on. Just let me. I want to see if I can be extra cool.
Nat 20, nat 20.
Not funny.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's okay.
Blind Beak also do the same. Make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Oh, he's trying to throw a net on me?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Just have to roll above a 10. Or a 10.
Meets it, beats it.
Yep. You managed to evade. Hunterfear, you managed to evade.
Wait, I want to use deflect miss. I know it's not necessary. Reaction, a ranged weapon attack. It's not a ranged.
It's not a ranged weapon attack.
But can I redirect the net back onto him using my reaction?
It doesn't do damage, so it wouldn't affect the same way.
No, but it's getting him in a net.
But you do the dexterity saving throw is so you dodge it, and then he just kind of retracts it. It's not the same.
You throw a net though.
Yeah, but he's got like he's got a rope at the end, and he knows if he's gonna get you or not. This guy used all of his movement. Make a dexterity saving throw, Feyre, with advantage. They're all trying to net you guys. They fucking get they see they're in a bad spot, but they're like, oh fuck, net.
It's so hard for me to click on Feyre with the
I didn't even know where you were. I was looking so hard.
I was just hiding under the mushroom. Dex save with advantage. Okay.
Yeah, you're
21.
Good. So for their second action, as they all just kind of retract these nets, they then throw out spears. One for Feyre. They have a disadvantage anyhow, so that'd be a miss. One for Hundofir with disadvantage, that's a hit. And one for Blind Beak. That doesn't hit because they have disadvantage. So it just hits Hundofir. Hundofir, make a Constitution saving throw. You gain 8 piercing damage.
Did he roll at disadvantage and roll 2 25s?
Yeah.
24 and a 25, yeah. Very lucky.
Can I do that next time?
Unfortunately, you fail. You gain 1 latent disease. We will cover that later, but please remember. They don't really got much other movement, so. But you do on their turn, you start to hear them like talking to one another. In Draconic, so only those who know Draconic know what they are saying.
What are they saying?
No, not in Lizard Folk. If they are saying like, "Oh, yummy! Ah, fuck! Oh!" they're just like, "We gotta get him sick so the others could get him."
Can I speak to them?
You may, I would say.
I'm gonna say the boat you are attempting to capture is protected by the champion of the Daegir and Coraldig himself. If you have any hope of leaving, I would recommend you retreat now or something.
I'll allow you to make a intimidation roll on your turn.
Okay.
Which will be before their turn anyhow. But, Sinbad, you may take your turn to get up upon the deck. If you wish.
I don't think I will.
What are you napping?
You're sleeping through it.
No, just kidding. No, I groggily get out of bed and like, oh.
He takes another pull from the bottle.
Did you short rest? Here, I need to heal you. For
I did technically
Oh,
short rest, right?
Did you heal for your short rest, or do I need to do that for you?
I did not. But I'd basically just be at max HP.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm just gonna go to the window, one of the windows of the ship. I'm
the
able
only
to do
windows
that, right?
are up here, but I say you could go over there. Yeah.
Is that like all my movement speed then?
Yeah. I mean, you're probably more so sleeping in the middle of the ship somewhere. So yeah, you can use your movement speed to get
Yeah.
up to the cannon that's on the side.
Then I'm just gonna be like, oh, some of us here are trying to sleep. And I like to cast a guiding bolt at Cannibal Catcher 8. And since I also got a short rest, I'm gonna use Guided Strike with this thing as well.
Let's go!
Okay.
I'm just gonna fry this boy.
Do it.
I believe I can cast it at 3rd level, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. You have a 3rd level spell slot, right?
Yeah.
Unless
Yup.
you used it on the dragon.
I don't think I did actually. It's on D&D Beyond. I have 2 open.
I shall trust you.
Okie dokie. Where's my button? There's my button. Also, that's actually a 20
that's a
because
21.
I'm using Guided Strike.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You shoot out of this hole after saying that, and you see as the head of this crocodile catcher, it gets completely like zapped off, just disintegrated, as
Oh
the
my
body
God.
splashes into the water.
A 10 hit?
No, it's a
I
20
used
because
Guided
of Guided Strike.
Oh, okay.
You didn't use Guided Strike on the dragon? I thought you did.
I did, but I had a short rest, so I can use it again.
Oh, it's a short rest.
I can,
that
yeah.
does it. Oh,
I can channel Divinity
Made
per
me go
short rest.
crazy.
that is crazy. You managed to zap this cannibal catcher's head off. Sob, your go.
I don't shut him off.
First of all, Kawa! Always go for the eyes.
Oh,
Crit and 22.
Dead with the crit.
Yeah, so this one... No, this one wasn't hurt, though.
This one wasn't hurt at all.
But you do go for the eyes. And I will say you severely scar one of its eyes. As it goes...
There's no way it lives.
Wait,
after
with
that.
2 attack? Those
Yeah,
were
with
2
2
separate attacks?
Those
Oh,
are
yeah,
two
yeah.
separate attacks.
You
yeah.
do, yeah. You probably like you claw its fucking brains out, and you go, and it goes.
45,
But you do have.
So
to do
I'm
both
gonna go
attacks.
all the way. Oh wow. 15. I'm gonna go all the way over here.
Oh, let's go.
Jesus.
You do see
And
this
then
bitch.
I got 10 more, so here.
Does he
It's
seem to
gonna
be
stay
like the
there.
in charge one?
You hear up.
Um,
Whoa! Feyre, can I get through? Saab is gonna come up. He's basically
course.
gonna be at this door. Can he open
Sorry.
the door and go out? Question.
You can just
Yeah.
walk under my legs.
Wah!
I'd say you can end up in one of the like squares. Yeah.
Kind of just end up over here.
Yeah.
I guess he has. I think he'll just dash. Just go. And that's it.
All right. Feyre, you're going.
All right. So is there only one guy left?
It seems so. This guy.
All right. I will call down another. What's the radius on my?
The leader's
like,
right here, though.
The leader's right where?
You see this weird lanky one in the back.
Okay, sick. Well, since I'm just controlling the entire storm, I believe I can actually just hit him.
I think you can as well.
All
But
right.
You can only hit this guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
When you do
I will call.
Makes a dexterity saving throw. He fails.
I will thrust my spear in the air, and the bolt of lightning strikes.
Courses down and smashes into the water, making these waves split apart into sea foam, and it lands right on top of this guy who fucking blows up in a fucking massive explosion of gas that seems to get taken up by the waves that lap away at him. He definitely dies. All right.
Honestly, it feels so good to have an encounter where we're absolutely crushing the enemy.
It does. It feels
It's
nice.
been so long since that happened. I feel like.
Listen, this is just a scouting party, is the thing.
I know, but still, let's have our moment.
Dante is blind and also poisoned and
Fuck.
is super fucked. So Dante doesn't do anything except hack and fucking flap about and like rake away at the water. Blind Beak.
I'm gonna try and beat this guy up. I want to preface that my attacks are gonna be non-lethal.
Okay.
Oh, that's not an attack.
That would hit.
Let's go for another one.
25 though. That would also hit.
I don't think that kills necessarily.
No, definitely not. He's hurt, but now he's super hurt. But you fucking.
If I hand of harm him, can I not kill him with that?
You can throw a Pokeball at him.
I mean, it's called the Hand of Harm, but I will allow it because you do. It's mostly part of your fucking chi dealio. And how many key points does it take to Hand of Harm?
1. But I get them back after a short rest. So I'm
That is
fucking-
true. Short rests be like that. I'd say, okay, so you rice over and you give him one snap upon the snout, and as his head goes up, you aim a straight shot at his jugular, and you feel him go limp and start to choke as well, but you're able to grab him by the strap of his bone necklace before he sinks under the water and drowns himself to death like the other one did. They go. Would they do anything else other than just go in a pile together on the deck?
Initiative isn't over.
No. Wait. Depends. We'll see. The Myconids all get together, right? Soph, do you send them any new orders?
So no, I think it's just stay ready, stay fast. If anything comes close, bonk it.
Fair. There's a lot of dead guys, but still make that intimidation check because you theoretically said that before they all died.
Sure.
What?
Do I sense that there's more of them underwater? I feel like
you'd have to make a perception check on your turn.
But it's my blind sight. Like it's the whole thing.
You know, just
no,
'cause-
you don't. I'll say that then. You don't feel any of the water in your 30-foot or is it 30 foot? Yeah. Your 30-foot blind sight range. All right. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm saying.
Hold on. All right. It seems that after you yell out Hundolfir and they all seem to get eradicated, the waters are still kind of like, the storm is still going on, but you don't see any more rise out from the depths. You seem to have sufficiently killed this group, but you still have one alive, it would seem.
I'll bring him on the deck.
All right.
Just over here, and he's better used to us alive. We could get information out of him and maybe avoid them.
Information about what?
Where they come from, where their camps are, how to get out of here.
Wah! Wah, 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 wah.
These guys are retreating. They are looking though. They're like.
I
"Oh."
would say that it should do a circle around the ship.
You probably the bird sees as a bunch of them that were on the side, like a group of about like 8 or so. They kind of were watching, and then they speak to each other in Draconic. Does your bird know Draconic as well, since you're learning it, or what's the deal with that?
Let me see. Telepathic commands. Summon. Languages. Yeah.
You see, as they are kind of like they kind of were starting to approach, hiding in the brushes and stuff on the opposite side, but then they kind of heard shouting in Draconic, and they saw like their other compatriots get destroyed, and they kind of start to
Absolutely
retreat.
wrecked.
And they say, you hear them start to talk to one another, and they say, "Those ones, they might give us great powers if we eat them." And then another one will say, "We have to talk to the witch doctor first. We should check. Maybe there's something we can eat to handle them better."
It's gonna continue on its trajectory going around the ship, and Sav is gonna go wah wah wah. Looks like there's some more really nearby.
Where?
Everybody on the ship.
How many?
Just east. And can I have the
East this
fungal
way?
West. Can I have the fungal dragon do a perception check to see if they can see anybody nearby? Or how many they
Sure.
see?
Can I
You
say
wanna
that I'm
chase them
above
down?
deck now?
Blind Beak kind of wants to chase them down, but I want to hear the opinion of everyone else.
+2. Perception. Where is it?
Can I say I'm above deck now? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Actually,
Very
as your dragon kind of sees them and and spots them for a bit and sends out the spores and does like a few more circles just to make sure there aren't more, it actually loses track of them. It sees a few like sink underneath this kind of if you look at the map, there's water, there's normal land, and then there's
And
this
then there's
stuff. This is marsh, which is like super hard to walk through, but they seem to almost like sink in it and be very good at stealthing inside of it. So even your fungal dragon, especially since it's super obscured and this storm's
Yeah.
gotten super bad, it's like
I
it
didn't
completely
actually
loses
expect to
them.
see any of them at first, so
Yeah, you
Whoa,
do
wow.
spot a whole nother group.
at least 3, probably more. There's probably a whole tribe nearby. Whoa, wow.
We might
And I'm
not,
gonna have him continue doing circles.
we might not want to stay here too long if that's the case.
Well, I don't know how far we can get, but it might be
How
relevant to move
well have
banks
the
at least.
prepares been?
Well, it's just the morning, and I said that since you did your roll, it'll take an actual they're about maybe somewhere in between a quarter and halfway done. You have to go through the rest of the day working on it to actually fix it up all the way.
How close were they, Sav?
What? Maybe 75 feet onto land. The marsh, just maybe 100 feet.
I don't really feel comfortable staying here for the length of time the repairs would take.
Could I do repairs while we were sailing? Because we're not necessarily using
It's
like the.
not gonna be effective, really. It's gonna be like really, really hard to do.
What
there's
if
a lot
everyone
more
was to work on it?
opportunity. It's
Might
not.
be
It's
helpful
not
just to
about
change banks.
hands. It's about like the safety of doing it at all. Like you have a lot more chance to break the ship and do it wrong, especially since a lot of it is this wing work. You can't really work on these whilst the ship is moving. And also filling up holes can also be hard with a
Moving
while
water.
moving. Yeah, that shit doesn't.
Well,
Well, maybe just move it to the other bank. That should give us at least some room.
I suppose. So
Total.
I hate that we don't even know where we are.
you can ask
This is
this
more
guy.
difficult. I'm sorry, what?
Can I chain him up with something? I think we'd have chains downstairs.
Not chains, but you have a rope for sure.
Whoa,
lots and lots of
what?
rope.
Blindbeak suspiciously pulls chains out of his back pocket.
Actually,
that's
Sov
what Sov
does
does.
Sov does pull chains out of his backpack.
Oh, this Sov can do Sov utility
Well,
man.
Sov is a utility, so he has chains and he has what are they called? Manacles.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I was
okay,
gonna say
Oh.
chains were not gonna be helpful without any manacles, but if you have manacles, then those are
Yeah,
those are
what
the
is-
best form of
Sov was prepped up.
Sov, why do you have all these weird tools in a weird hidden
What?
compartment in your car?
Is he stabilized?
in your car.
just wants to just.
I'd say
Where's
with
my tools?
with what you did, he'd be stabilized. I mean, you know how to knock somebody out and not like leave them dying. So
I mean, doesn't non-lethal damage just put you into unconscious?
yeah, he's not dying.
Okay, so he's tied up, and
But you did fuck up his throat. I will say this.
if I do a hand of healing, would that make him like not talk, or can he still talk?
He could probably still talk. You just know that you fucked up his throat. Like you used a move called Hand of Harm on his throat.
Yeah.
So he might not be happy about it. He might be in pain.
Do I know that
His
they're
chi
diseased?
is blocked. Is blocked.
Do I know that these people are diseased?
Make a medicine check. He seems to have different forms of like minor diseases. But the main thing you notice is that it's not so much that he has diseases as
Yeah, I meant
much
the others. I was like talking about like Dante and the crew.
Well, you surmise. I'll tell you this with that as well is that you surmise that they purposely put like filth and gross stuff at the end of their spears so that it has and and it does not look good. And also you probably notice more than anybody. You notice kind of Dante kind of struggling, but he's more so from the breath than anything else. But
Could I use? So it's like it just happened, the wound, right?
yeah.
Could I use Hand of Harm to use necrotic damage to like get rid of it?
No, no, I would say not.
I punched the disease out of him.
Yeah.
It's kind of like rotting the disease.
Well,
That doesn't help diseases. I
Doesn't-
don't know what to say.
does Paladin lay on hands cure disease?
It does. I
Just
will
if
also
if
say
I
that
level up, I
nobody shows any like shows of
It's
sickness
latent.
yet. It is
Yeah.
latent. This is why we haven't done anything with it yet.
So he's chained up, and I guess. Do I know? I don't know if they do draconic. I guess I wouldn't know. We
You
can
heard him
interrogate him.
blabbering in something very similar to what you've heard before, since you've definitely dealt with dragons.
Can I have the fungal dragon bring the filth over to the ship, or at
Yeah.
least to the bank?
I mean, what? Oh,
Grab it out,
the
yeah.
cannibal filth. Yeah.
With him knocked out, I guess I'd just go to work.
On the
Repairing.
ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
I will preface
He's
again.
done.
You can't move as you fix the ship.
yeah.
How long does this storm last?
3 hours.
It'll be even harder to fix the ship while the storm's going on for sure.
From the storm from my spell, or
Storm from
From
2
on the-
spells.
oh yeah.
It's not. It's like a really bad. It's like a fucking borderline hurricane now. It's raining. You
it's
guys
going inside.
have to use like buckets
I'm
to
going
bucket out the
back in
water.
boat.
Well, I mean, call lightning. I mean, it's concentration, and even then, it only lasts 10 minutes. So I would just dispel concentration on it.
All right, then then it's mostly Hundlefiers then. But Hundlefiers is
Can he just say no?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know.
Unless the spell specifically or ability specifically states that you can dispel it at will.
Guys summoned a bad storm. Now you got to deal with it.
Is
Um,
Sinbad asleep?
No, Sinbad. Well, Sinbad woke up, fought
And
with
then
you
went back to
guys, and then
sleep.
probably went back to sleep. Yeah.
If
Yep.
we're
Zapped somebody's head off and then left.
if we're just gonna go back to trying to fix the ship, I'll take a short rest and recover my spell slots.
Okay.
If people aren't doing anything, I'll tell the Mycanoids and be like, we should position the cannons for a defensive position.
Wow. Go do it. It'll be helpful.
All right. They set up the cannons in the proper format as before.
Solve in the meantime, whatever is working. Number one, give me the oath back. He's undying. Give him back.
You raise back
the-
you chisel away at the fucking undead wolf.
Breaks him out of the ice. All the spores are dead. Refills him up with spores. Shakes him up a little bit.
I will say that it'll have less max HP because it is getting worse for wear.
Okay.
It is becoming more.
So, yeah, is this morally questionable? Like,
I mean,
was-
it's always been a
already-
little
it was
bit
already
already.
It could just be bones right now, and I could still bring it back.
It's true.
I guess.
But even the bones are fucked. They're getting fucked.
Yes, the second thing, the actually morally questionable thing. I'm gonna go all the way over here.
I think that other one is also morally questionable.
You know.
Depends
Can I
on
make
what
a,
point of
Not
view.
according to Sal, though.
not according to Soph. Can I make a combat analysis on this cannibal?
Yes, sure. What would you like to make? I
Um,
will allow, even though it's not usually part of
probably-
the rules, you can use a medicine. Not usually.
Can I
part
do
of combat
nature?
analysis.
How many
Yeah,
hit
you
dice
can do
do I-
nature.
I have
You know that this thing is a strange case of or not a strange case. You don't know anything about these things usually, but you know you're a bit learned. You've read some books and stuff. You know that this is a troglodyte, but you know, not your typical you know, Monster Manual D&D fucking troglodyte.
Yeah,
This is like a weird Brockmire super disease troglodyte.
I see.
You can recognize one of its traits or an ability of it if you would like.
Okay.
I can give you the list if you want, or you can just.
I would like to know: are there anything that has to do with its scales or its? Wait, does it have scales? I don't know if your troglodytes
It's a
have
bit
scales.
more. It's on some parts of it, but a lot of them seem to flake off because it's just like it's a sickly creature made to be sickly. It's got these like feathers and these like very sickly scales that seem to fall off and regrow all the time.
All right. How about that? That breath weapon, the ruddy thing.
So you examine the sac on its on its throat, and you surmise that it kind of builds up this unnatural sickness, this absolute abhorrent juice in the sac.
The bile sac.
Yeah, and it sort of it's in a way though that it doesn't seem right. Like it doesn't seem like no creature in D&D is necessarily supernatural. Not supernatural, but like very natural. They're all influenced by like, you know, gods or like some other magical entities at times. But this one seems to be like the bad version of that. And you surmise that its pouch is all about not only making people feel sick and trying to deter people, but also giving people disease.
I would
Make
like
a Constitution saving throw.
Don't make me. Okay, Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
Even with the don't even get the roll yet. Okay. Oh wait, that's
Aren't
a
you
check.
immune to poison?
I mean, you
I
get
guess
to
it's disease.
see it, but it also is fucking a corpse that's meant to rot and be the worst thing ever. It's lower DC than the ill breath. It's not exactly the ill breath. It's easier. It's just you're tampering with a body that is like
A bomb.
made to be to spread disease.
Okay, so well, I passed by one, I suppose.
Oh no, you don't. Yeah, it would have been lower. The DC's lower than that anyhow. So yeah, you succeed, but you surmise that tampering around or hanging around this creature at all would be bad news. It's like it while its mouth is open, it like this gas kind of just naturally leaks out. And as you were messing with it, it fucking like did a big plume.
But I am thinking about harvesting its each parts. I kind of have a plan.
Yeah, you could try to. Its biggest thing is that well, I'd have you make a survival check if you want to start doing that.
Is there any way I could substitute nature for that?
Not for dissecting it, no.
Okay.
Nature could be more like identifying different traits about it.
And then can I have the fungal dragon help me with this? Because I'm gonna guess it's mostly picking and dissecting.
I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, 16.
You notice that one of the parts of it with this survival check is that it has these kind of smaller bile sacs underneath each of its nails. And like kind of
it probably had that for its claw attack or something like that.
And so it's just a nasty motherfucker.
An intentional creature.
Those things don't seem to be as harvestable. They're very small. But you can probably try to like cut off basically its throat and save the sac in some sort of way. Even though
puts it in a bag.
Yeah.
I have
I will
just
say
a
though,
repose.
I will say, now that you have touched it and you've had to make a Constitution saving throw, you know that keeping this on your person and dissecting it right now will give you more chances to gain a disease. Unless you
Okay.
like find a way to quarantine it. So if you want to
Um,
take it, then you have to make another Constitution saving throw.
Sure. I'll make another Constitution saving throw.
Okie dokie.
Constitution save. Oh no.
As you cut out this sack that has this nasty bile and shit, you get some of it on your mushroom body, and even though you as a mushroom person are usually pretty good and resistant against this type of stuff, again, there's sort of this unnatural anatomy part of it that makes it super virile, and it does not feel good on your like, even after you've cleaned it off of your stump, it seems to kind of leave this stain.
Ba, 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 ba. Okay, that's not too bad. Well, I guess I have
You
to
do
get.
have it now.
Yeah. And then my one other thing is I would like to collect some scales from the other catchers, or some scale and leather. I would like to make a glove, but I'm just gonna collect enough for that.
So how long are we staying here and doing repairs?
I would rather not stay here for very long. Like, I think
What's
Weren't we
the
just
other
gonna go to
option?
the? Weren't we gonna just go to the other bank?
I mean,
I don't think we can like move the shit.
yeah.
Right now.
Listen, like we might need to leave the ship, at least for now.
It kind of stuck in the mud, but
It's like our post though.
it's not super broken. It just might get more broken the more you move it.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna need to wake Sinbad up for this decision.
We know we're here, and they know we're here.
So I think we should be somewhere else before they come here.
I think they know this place a lot more than we do.
So you just want to
We-
wait for them to show up again with more?
We've it's not as easy as that. We've taken defensive positions. We set up the
Defensive
microwaves on that.
positions. We're just sitting in the boat,
They moved the cannons and everything.
I suppose.
I'm with Pharaoh on this one, nor do I think we should keep a prisoner. It's not like we're waging political war or ransoming him back.
There's no reason for us to keep we don't have the rations or resources to sustain another
when
person.
he
We
when he
definitely
wakes
have
up,
the rations.
Never mind.
when he wakes up, we could interrogate him and let him go if need be.
Interrogate him about what?
His people, where they are, how we could avoid them. We don't want trouble.
I think trouble may have found us.
Yes, they were talking about poisoning us for the others. There's already a concerted effort to hunt us down. I could understand them, you know.
Then you could talk to him.
I don't want to. I don't see the need. He's a raider. I know how raiders work. They'll be back in greater numbers.
Does he have
kill
anything
us.
on his person?
He's got bones. He's got a club. He's got some of these filthy spears, and he's got the net.
I'll disarm him and I'll just throw him onto the bank.
Okay,
his
add a club, a bone club, a stained spear, and a people net in your inventory.
People
People
net.
net.
It's called a people net. Yeah.
What is the
Designed for
catch?
getting people.
Oh fuck!
It's like a fish net, but for people. People
People
net.
net. You could say.
It's a fitting name.
Oh, I'll do that later.
Pharaoh is very clearly restless. She's like pacing. She does not feel safe staying in this position.
Dante doesn't seem happy
Where-
either.
Where's well,
Me
we
too,
should
buddy.
get
Me
Reyna
too.
out here.
Well, what? Feyre?
Yes.
I don't know how to explain this to you, but there's in the lower plates and the feudal plates, nowhere's really safe.
Well, I know it's not safe. I just would rather not stay in one place for too long.
Fair, but I think that leaving the ship might be our worst option.
Blind Beak, how long do you think it would take to fix this ship up?
What's the estimate time?
Well, I said the end of the day, that you're on, so probably another like 10 hours at the least. But since it's storming, especially, it's probably going to be more like 16 or something. But to be fair, the storm does dissipate within, I'd say, 2 hours now, since we kind of roleplayed you guys talking and setting shit up and dissecting one of the troglodytes. So the storm will dispel in like 2 more hours, but
Why can't Humblefear just not call off the storm? Is that an ability of his?
I don't know.
We don't know if he
We
can
didn't-
stop
we
it. He didn't
know.
check.
I mean, I'm just gonna tell you right now. No, it just is a lingering storm.
So you guys are at least so it can't really work on it while it's storming, but then you guys can start working on it afterwards, and you'll have like 10 hours until you can properly fix the ship. So like 12 more hours.
I know he read that book and had some good checks while he's piloting the ship, but how would Blindbeak actually know anything about like mechanics of repairing?
He's probably reading it.
Oh, he has
looking at it.
he's proficient in carpenter's tools.
He also literally he does have blueprints. He has like these books are very thorough about how to make a ship and keep it up to class.
I assume, like, if he has questions, Reyna would also be helping him out.
Yeah, Reyna does. Reyna has knowledge as well, but honestly, the book kind of has way more knowledge than Reyna does. You guys surmise.
Reyna doesn't really know how it works. She just kind of flies it.
Yeah, Reyna bought. Well, yeah, Reyna's a bit reluctant to talk about it. It's a bit embarrassing that she doesn't know much about it, and she seems very envious that because you guys have to understand that the blueprints for a wake ship are like they're basically almost like government secrets of the high plates, so it's kind of a big deal. But she's learned stuff from, you know, she learned what she needs to know to fly it and to do it properly, which probably already took a lot of time and money, but she doesn't have the super cool book that tells you secret knowledge that most people don't know. She's a bit jealous.
we have 10-12 hours.
If you guys want to fix it. That's how long you guys would have to wait, I'm saying. So if you guys would want to leave before then, because, you know, 10-12 hours is up to you how safe that is.
Can we plug all the holes and then get moving? And then I could work on...
That's still... I'd say they're partially filled up already. You could start going, but I still hold by that there would be damage being taken. I'm not saying that it's gonna sink on the way. Yeah, hello.
Oh, so I was asking if we could plug all the holes.
Yeah, I
and
know.
Then
yeah,
I was
he was responding.
It didn't. My computer.
It's okay.
Froze.
So what I said is that you guys basically kind of already like at least temporarily fixed them because you guys already spent like 8 hours at least doing some of the work. So what I'm saying, I'm just saying that it's still broken enough that if you guys were to sail it more, those temporary fixes would probably definitely go away, and it probably would sustain more damage. It wouldn't, you guys surmise it wouldn't sink. It's not like threatening to fall apart on the way there. You guys could probably get there, it just would be very bad for the ship and probably need more extensive repairs afterwards.
By there, do you mean just the other side of the river?
poor-
Yeah, wherever you guys are going.
So
not on the other
it's not
side of the
worth it.
river. On the other side of the river, you guys are fine. But I mean, you guys surmise that over the amount of time. I guess that's a good point. You guys don't know where you're going, but you know.
Yeah. Well, if you think you can get this thing moving in a reasonable amount of time, I suppose we'll just have to keep vigilant watch.
We're
More
gonna,
vigilant than last time.
until it's done. I won't sleep, and I'll get it done.
It doesn't need to be in tip-top condition. It just needs to get us moving.
That's fine.
So you guys are repairing it on this bank?
Yeah, I guess we'll just... Or we should
And
probably...
watching?
I feel like if they're to the west, we should move to the other bank so we can see their little rock, their rock selves coming across the water.
I'll see them some. Sure. Is that? So when the storm dissipates, we just probably move across really quick. I'd use Dante to like pull us out of the mud.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, I mean, moving it isn't too bad. I mean, it definitely, it's not easy, but you guys are able to move it to the other side. But as it is starting to move to the other side, I would like you to make perception checks. Let's have not Blind Beak because you're blind. I'll have Feyre and Hundofir do perception checks since you.
Can
guys
I get
are-
advantage since I'm
and
like?
Sov actually.
Can I get advantage since I'm?
And yes, I'll allow.
It's up to you.
No, no,
Okay.
Yeesh.
I decided not.
Ooh, nice perception, Saw. Better than mine.
So you guys don't really see it, but Sov, as you are also probably having more eyes because of
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
goons.
the crew.
Truly, it's truly a sovereign of many goons. You are all watching, and as you start to kind of get the boat back into the water, which isn't, since the storm died down, there's not much of like it's pretty, I don't know what the water word is. I know there's a word for it, but it's pretty still. It's pretty calm.
Tranquil.
Yeah, something like that. As you're starting to move it over to the other bank, the other side, you notice that you specifically, nobody else, because these things are actually pretty sneaky, but you do notice that there are some like rocks which are actually heads sticking out of the
Do they have
swamp
sticks
on
on
the
their
other
head?
side, and they look over at you guys approaching this side and seem to duck down and start to move back.
Wow, there's definitely something in the water. Either Grakils or more lizard folk. Maybe something else entirely. Wow.
Shit.
And as you kind of look back to the other bank, you notice forms moving back to that bank and seeming to occupy the space that you took. And that's when you realize that
We're being stalked.
that these people weren't only off to the side. Now they're basically on every bank surrounding you all, but just seem to be at
That's
a
so
safe
fucked.
distance. And that is where I'm going to call this session. 4 minutes early because I figured this is a fine stopping point, and any more
Yeah.
is a little bit much.
Your screen's a lot. Never mind. It's fine.
By the way, really quick too, I also wanted to mention this song playing right now. The Brockmire theme is by JB.
Woo!
Hey yo.
Yeah.
Slaps.
Thank you so
Big
much.
vibing.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't remember to use it after you guys actually landed in the swamp, but I think it was fitting in the time that we used it.
I
They
agree.
were
I
not gonna
definitely
like
think it played a good
hearing that
time.
information.
That we're surrounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
I told you so.
There's a
Did I get a long rest?
Blind
by the
Beak
way,
figured
or-
we were, in some sense, that they were always there. and that all we could do is just hurry up the repairs.
And we could have just like started walking.
Walking
Leave,
where? We can't.
leave how? Leave the boat?
That's
Or way
such a.
down?
Yeah.
We
I
don't
mean,
know
they're probably
where.
everywhere. I want to say, kind of what it seems like.
Yeah,
Maybe they're just mad that we're on their
it's like you
territory.
break down on a highway and you're like, "Hey, let's leave the car," and you want to walk into the woods.
I mean, when you're in the middle of a strange land full of creatures that are trying to kill you.
But
you
at
know
least
where
the
you
car
are.
has like lights and shit. It has.
Car.
So I hope everybody's enjoying the new plate. I'm pretty excited that we're getting
Reyes hates it.
new areas. I mean, yeah, I bet your characters aren't very happy because you guys are like, but this is where, Haven was kind of like tutorial plate, and this is where we start getting nitty gritty into like, okay, you guys chose the core world. Here's all the core world stuff. Here's where it starts getting weird and kind of gross.
Everything is unsafe. You're never
Yeah.
gonna find comfort here.
Damn.
So this
I'm
is
not looking
this
for
is-
comfort. I just don't want to be a sitting duck.
That's all we are. That's why we work.
All right, we'll leave more of that conversation for after the session and for next session. Thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you,
I
stream.
appreciate everybody in the chat. I know I don't respond, but that's because I'm doing the DM stuff. But I do read it and I appreciate it. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and see you guys whenever the next session is.
Fingers
Which is
crossed.
not consistent, but I'll tweet about it
100%
2 minutes
In
before
2
it
weeks,
happens.
100% guaranteed.
Yeah, 100%.
Please,
Oh, yeah.
please,
Definitely
God.
there.
100%.
1,000%.
I so
Alright,
badly want it to
though.
be in only 2 weeks.
All right.